I don't even know how to send out a notification on this shit. The reasoning, the fucking reasoning is bizarre. That I even have to do this. I didn't even do anything wrong. Why is the volume so fucking... Like, all I fucking did was did what I should be doing. I did what in properly citing my sources, and I got fucking punished for it. It's absolutely incredible, because there was a link from a credible news site, VG247, that may have and it wasn't even, and there's a lot of people saying, oh, Rich, it's probably just someone that hates you. No, it wasn't even live yet. The only eyes that saw it were my editors. That's it. No one saw it. Like, you can't make that shit up. And it may stick, too. I don't know what's up with this. This is one thing I was going to focus on today, but... Check, check, check. Oh, now it's super loud because I fixed it. Check, 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 check. Now it's too low. Check, 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 check. There we go. So here I am. I don't know how long I'll be here for, at least a week. Unless something magically gets fixed tomorrow, which it's my son's birthday tomorrow. I'm not fucking just sitting around. Everyone could fuck off at that point. But think about it. I could see... So I can't link articles anymore. I can't fucking link articles anymore. That's it. I'll say in the video, I got this information from The Verge or IGN or GameSpot, excuse me, or whoever, and that's it. Do I think that's enough? First time chat. What's up, Seamus? How are you? No, I don't. Do I think they should get more credit and you should put the source in the... But I can't risk it. So that what YouTube is telling me with this is I have to babysit every single link, even from a credible source that may be... Like, even like, say, for example, someone comments, because, you know, sometimes people comment on the articles and they have a questionable link there that may have skirted through the website's
I love it.
filters. Thank you, Kiani, for becoming a subscriber here. It's a member somewhere else, and I'm going to stream on here more now. I'm not keeping all my eggs in YouTube's basket, because even having a secondary channel is not a backup.
I love it.
Spooky Noob, thank you for becoming a subscriber. So I'm going to do shit on Twitch. I promise you. Because this may stick. So YouTube may be like, well, Rich, you should have checked every single possible link ever that could... You know how many links could be...
I love it.
What did someone gift bomb me? Thank you. I appreciate it. We got a McWolf Wombology. So Twitch is going to be a permanent thing in some way. Because I mean, especially...
love it.
Something Battle Puppet. Thank you. My God. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, because it's... So what I'm going to do is just stream a lot. Like I said, tomorrow is I was supposed to have my kids all weekend. But now I'm going to have to stream more. But tomorrow's my son's birthday. I ain't missing my son's birthday over YouTube. That's for shit sure.
Breasts.
I would honestly just stick to Twitch ROM now on. YouTube's copyright system is beyond repair at this point. Hope your day is going well.
I like that. Thank you. Well, it's not going that great, but thank you. It's not copyright. What it was is the automated system, because again, the video wasn't public. The automated system before the video was live, which is really weird. Don't you think YouTube maybe, if someone has a well, I have a warning on my account. This is a strike. I don't have 2 strikes because I have the warning, which doesn't count as a strike. And now I have this. With a fairly clean track record, you know what? I'm just choosing, YouTube. I'm just choosing, thank you, Demonic Davros, for cheering 100 bits. YouTube, I'm just choosing violence today. I'm going to post hardcore porn in the description. Don't mind me. Like, come on! Come on! Come on! It's just incredible, man. Yeah, dude, it was literally before the video was even up. Before it was up. Like, don't you think YouTube maybe, like, you could even pause the video for being uploaded or stop it and say, hey, content creator, we see a questionable link here. Would you maybe think about, it's not up yet, so I haven't committed a crime, and maybe the person, like me, is innocently putting a credible link up there, and Bob the pervert put up a hentai link in the comments section in the news article. Maybe it's innocent that that's there. But what do I know? I mean, this happened to Spawnwave, so it's not like it's any vendetta against me. You know what I mean? It happened to Spawnwave. I love it. Demonic Davros, thank you for subscribing too. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch. I'm really appreciating that, guys. And shout out to my editor for coming through and helping me set this up, because when it comes to streaming on YouTube, I'm pretty familiar, minus the scenes. Gabe Newell's nipples donated $1. Not gonna lie, the stream on Twitch looks way better. My editor said that too. I don't like the skippable ads on Twitch. Also, YouTube is becoming too. But it's just a dude. I could see. I don't even. How is this even a thing? I don't even. I can't even fucking compute it. I could see. Why am I checking your messages? Uh-oh.
I love it.
Rich, I'm Google Fish, fist ass deep. Okay. TIRL, thank you for becoming a subscriber too. I'm appreciating. I should actually put out that the stream is live. I don't even know how to do that on here though, because usually on YouTube, well, you have a share button. Where is the share button? I don't even know how to do this shit, man. Oh, this is such a mess. This is such a mess. We got another Midtown Mike. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. You know what I may actually do just to show love? I may actually pick, like, maybe my editor and I a day or two a week where we do that kind of show like we did yesterday. We'll do that. Twitchaholic, thank you for cheering 100 bits. I love your humor and the whole chicken segments. Also, fuck birds. Hornet, thank you for becoming a subscriber. I'm loving this support, guys. I really appreciate it. I genuinely do. So maybe we'll do that, and that'll give an incentive to keep people here, because I can't... It could just be taken... Like how YouTube too, okay? And this is all constructive criticism, but it's good. It's brutal constructive criticism because it needs to be said. How in the hell can you incentivize anyone who maybe want to do
breasts?
Yes, maybe want to do.
Bill Gates here, no pressure though. Also, love the birds. Do you still have your soundboard working here?
I'll answer that for you right now. No, they don't, dude. The same thing. Ooh, who's that? No, dude, it's not they have a hate boner for me. The same thing just happened to Spawnwave twice. Twice. Because he had an article doing the responsible thing, citing the source that you're talking about the gaming news with. They wrongfully struck him down. The video went back up. The strike was removed. The automated system took it down again, and then it got removed again. So it's not just me. This is definitely not that they have like some vendetta towards me. I have to figure out how to share this fucking stream. I have no idea how. Because Twitch is probably like sees the cobwebs coming off of his like Twitch. Like, what? We're not sending out notifications for this asshole. What's up, Epic Borden? How are you? First time. I like it shows the first time. I'm just like, what is this 41-year-old man doing on Twitch? Well, dude, you got to realize, though, admittedly, probably like 21,000 of those followers are completely dormant. I haven't. Oh wow, I'm really hot. Mic wise, not sexy. So they're probably like from 5+ years ago, and they're like, even if they are seeing a notification, like, dude, I don't give a fuck about this guy. I haven't watched him in like 5 years. Abby, how are you? Yeah, and I think what we're gonna do to keep my Twitch active, because after this has left a worse taste in my mouth than all of the quantum shit combined. Like, I thought with this, like, yeah, I know YouTube can be very finicky and unstable. I understand that. But I thought with this, like, maybe they would give you, especially since the video's not live, a notification first. Or it's a VG 24/7 article. Limit the ads. Thank you. I got a level 2 hype train emote. I'm kind of liking some stuff on Twitch. I'm getting nervous. I'm liking too much. Maybe I've given Twitch too much flack here. 120 viewers for a dead Twitch channel. That's actually not bad. You know, but yeah, and it's just like, I mean, my network messaged somebody. I've messaged people. Like, what do I do? And yeah, it's still partnered. That's amazing. Like, thank you, Twitch. I appreciate that. I guess I'm grandfathered into the old. Stephanie, what am I going to do? I can't, even though I have no issues on my second channel, if I streamed on RTUstreams, which technically my right to stream has been taken away, that's considered ban evading. It's that I can't do it. Oh yeah, you need to be a mod, dude. How do I make you a mod? Let me see if I can. 1 month subscriber. How the fuck do you make mods here? The gaming politician. You gonna react to my video? Yes, you gotta send me a link here. Absolutely. Well, let me. I gotta figure out. How do you share the stream on this motherfucker? Does anyone know? Yes, I'm really like. Twitch is so different from the last time I used it. I don't know any of that shit. Like, I don't know nothing about any of that. It's insane. How the hell do you mod here? Dude, I don't even know how to mod, motherfuckers. Can I mod? Oh, here we go. That's easy.
I will follow you wherever you go. I have always enjoyed your content, even if we disagree from time to time. My only request is that the continuous acknowledgement that DSP is a man.
The automated voice said it for me. Figure out how to share this goddamn stream. It's driving me crazy. I'll figure out how to automatically share it too. Like, this is all foreign to me. It does look a lot better. Granted, Twitch may have not the same like video streaming options like 4K and stuff, but it looks really good. First time chat fill is a bad. It auto shares rich share. Share it on Twitter. Okay. I'll share it on Twitter. Wow, we're up to a staggering 148 viewers. I mean, again, for being on a platform that I have not been on. You want to be modded too? I can make that happen, dude. I know you. No. Dude, it had nothing to do with anybody. It was not Quantum's fault. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't anything like that. It was even before the video was live, an automated bot struck down a VG247 article because it had hentai, or henty. People kept correcting me. They were more concerned about me saying henty wrong than the fact my fucking channel was stricken down. Oh, Christ, man. But it's an article. Mod Doom. Doom 316. Where you at, Google Face?
I love it.
We got thank you for becoming a subscriber, man. Let's see if we could get to, let's try 50 subscribers. Let's try 50. And like I said, the show that Jay and I'll do is going to be here. That'll be the incentive, and I think that'll actually work well, especially with how this looks. Floppy Chicken 64. Where are you? Doomed. Say something, anus. There you go. Oh, and it allows terms to stay blocked. Thank you. Man, there's some good Twitch. What? TILR? I thought I just modded you. Oh, I did mod you. That's a thread. Yeah, my videos are still up. I just have one strike for
I love it.
Posting a credible article. Twitch Grinch, thank you for becoming a member. So I just have one strike. The thing that happened with Quantum wasn't even a strike. It was a warning. Still makes me very unhappy.
I love it.
Jesus, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For the Alejano, and I'm sorry if I'm not saying him. Spork or Revel, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Forgot their subscribers here, not members.
I love it.
Twitch Grinch. We got Arker. I can't say your name, but thank you for becoming a member.
I love it.
Yeah, I like the super chats. I think turn on slow chat. Sure. Chat settings. Slow mode. We'll do just 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds.
I love it.
Just 10 seconds. So it's not. Yeah, of course you could be a mod. Dylan Bacon, you're an OG, bro. The more mods. Force One Rylos, thank you for becoming a subscriber. 21 subscribers already. And again, I'm not going to. A lesson was learned today. I sure as fuck am not abandoning this Twitch channel because. How do I not be angry? How do I not be frustrated with you, YouTube? Markiplier's lost your shit. If he could lose your shit out of you, I should be able to, too.
I love it.
But like I was saying before, I didn't finish my thought. Spherical Man, thank you for becoming a subscriber. God damn, guys, I love you. How can YouTube, you need... Like, I'm probably going to be retired in 5-ish years. Not that I'm the most relevant motherfucker here. I'm far from it on YouTube, I mean. And definitely on Twitch. I'm not relevant at all. But you're going to need new people that bring in views and bring in revenue. Like, it ain't going to be PewDiePie semi-retired, but PewDiePie and Keemstar, and they're eventually going to move on, and Mr. Beast, and... Yeah, okay, he makes 8 billion views a day, but why do you think he's making restaurants? We got Bullets, thank you for cheering. I came for the birds, I demand more birds, and more birds are coming, so relax, Uranus. Abby, of course you could be a mod. Keep those caps coming, baby. Keep those caps coming. Like, how can anybody, even as a hobby... Like, why would you want to build something? Like, even if, like, okay, you had a hobby of collecting
I love it.
trains or stamps or something like that. And you knew we got Abby just subscribed. Thank you very much, man. I love what's his name behind that too. I don't know why I can't remember it right now. Why would anyone even want to make a hobby of this when something could just destroy it? I have 1 million+ subs and I can't get in direct contact with anybody. What is someone? No, I'm not done on YouTube. I can't upload shit for a week. And thank you, Flashback Turtle. I appreciate that.
I love it.
We got the Argentino. Thank you for subscribing to RTUstreams. Yes, you can call to have a mod. So, like, if I'm having issues trying to get this resolved, if Spawnways had multiple issues with the similar thing I'm going through, what chance does someone who maybe has 10,000 subscribers and even may not even want to do this full time, just want to do it as a hobby? Why would you want to? To just know that your hobby could just be destroyed, just like your stamp collection. You could, would you just, if you knew that any second someone could, you could just, your sole stamp collection could be smashed to the ground. That's a hobby. And just implode by itself. Would you want to have a stamp collection? Of course not. I don't know why I thought of stamp collection. Yeah, it's a really awful analogy, but it kind of makes sense, so I'm going with it. Or like, you know, building PCs and just know that's all right. At any given time, and there's no repercussions for it, some dude could just walk in and drop kick and break all your PCs, Rich. And yeah, you could call the cops, but they're just not going to care. That you'll get some automated thing, and maybe in a week they'll get back to you. The fun thing you can expect here is like the kind of like radio show-ish thing. Sorry, Jay, I'm announcing it. Is going to be here. So you supporting that, because that'll solely be here. My other streams, I'll be on YouTube. But the show that Jay and I kind of did last night, that'll be here. Yeah, it's like a Lego. That's amazing, Yokamari. It's like a Lego collection, and some guy with a mallet randomly shows up and smacks half of it. There you go. And if you call the cops on that guy, they're like, all right, well, maybe someone will get back to you in a few days. We gotta escalate this to someone else higher up. But now
I love it.
Now he's pistol whipping me. All right, we'll escalate it a little higher. Pistol Pete, thank you for subscribing. We are at 24 or 25 subscribers. Oh,
I love it.
Sub bomb. We're at 35 subscribers. Twitch, are you tempting me to put even more focus into my streams here than on YouTube? You as of now, you are. As of now, you are. Not saying YouTube streams are going anywhere. Trust me, I'll be back there too when I can be. And my editor innocently didn't. He's like, dude, just stream on your second channel. I'm like, Jay, you can't. Ozio, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Call to your members. I'm sorry.
I love it.
Twilight Grave, thank you. I was like, no, that's ban evasion, bro. First time chat, gamer 0480. Hello, how are you? No, that's straight up ban evasion.
I love it.
Kusanagan, thank you for becoming a subscriber. I am going to have a night bot. I definitely do have a night bot coming. We had to do a lot of preparation to even get this going. Shout out to Jay, Untitled Champion. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Shout out to Jay for helping me with this. You know, what a fucking disaster, man. Yes, you could. Oh, Kyle, yeah, you could be a mod. Of course.
I love it.
You could be a mod. The more mods I know and have, the better. Miss Typing, thank you for becoming a subscriber. So yes, I will be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be streaming when I'm done. My son's birthday comes first before me streaming. That's for shit sure. Jesse McDonald, thank you for becoming.
I love
Jessa
it.
McDonald. 108 Dragons, thank you for becoming a subscriber. It's Review Thanks Subscribers USA. But I'm not complaining. I need to set it up. There's so many things
love
too.
it.
Notorious Paulie, thank you for becoming a member. Like, I'm going to set it up so it automatically puts notifications to Twitch and Facebook. Can't do YouTube. That's considered a conflict of interest. So even I can't even access my community feed.
I love it.
I'm naughty and I got a strike. But even if I could, you can't. It's against TOS to do that. Some people have gotten shot. Matter of fact, I think Linus Tech Tips actually got a strike for posting Twitch. Cody, thank you for becoming a subscriber for posting Twitch.
I love it.
Holy shit, Stoic Violence, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Can't think. Yeah, Linus Tech Tips got a strike for that too. Can't do it. So even if I was allowed to my community feed, I would get in deep shit.
I love it.
All three of my babies are sleeping on their mother right now. They're at that age where staying in their room is like a challenge. But then they're going to be teenagers one day. Pistol Pete ZC72, thank
Mod
you
me
for...
daddy. Pete C on YT.
Oh, God, I know you, yes. Mod you daddy. Where the fuck is it? What was it, like 20... Wait, now I'll see how much lag there is. Pete Z, say something else and I'll mod you, bro. Here you are. I see you, I see you, I see you. I know you. You're a good mod. Oh, crap. Am I missing? I was even supposed to... I fucking hate doing that, too, because I have a good reputation. I even missed a fucking cameo today, and they extended it, so I'm going to get to them first. What a disaster today has been. Here's the video. My friends and I have had a blast making it. Got to give this disclaimer that everyone involved in making this video was in on the joke. Okay. Yes, let's watch it now. Can I... Where'd the hell did the link go? Okay. So now... let me show you some
I
other...
love it.
New York Times mom has subscribed to RTUstreams. Thank you, Legend, for being here. I appreciate that. And look at this. Look at the magic of scenes. Finally, people have been... And they know that poor guy who offered to help me. I've been not ignoring you. I just forgot because life. First time chat. Thank you, New York Times mom. Look at this.
I love it.
Well, that's kind of annoying. Real Sane, thank you for becoming a member. Let's see, does it fix it now? Please say it does. Ooh, that is going to be a little annoying. I know what I can do. Well, we'll have to work through it for now. I'm learning about Twitch. Please give me... Please be patient.
To preface this video that you got...
I love it.
Xenoblade Chronicles haters get owned. Yes, you're a mod, aren't you? Did I make you? You're a mod already, bro. Kyle? For now, I'm on Twitch until my issue gets resolved with YouTube. If it gets resolved, which that means I'll be back next Thursday. So you'll be seeing a lot of me on Twitch. So I know fuck all about Xenoblade, the gaming politician. I'm just warning you now. I don't know shit. I'll make it full screen. No, it's not permanent. It's a week. The worst. I'm hoping it gets resolved beforehand. It doesn't. They may double down on it. Okay. Oh, Mr. J, I know your name, dude. I'll make you a mod. What's up, Turbo Express? So it may stick. They may be like, hey, you should have known even though it's VG 24/7 and totally credible, you should have known every link if they stick to it, I will never. I'm not going to do it anyway, actually. That's not true. I'm never going to include a link in my videos ever again. I kind of sound like DSP right now about bubbles.
I'm never blowing bubbles ever again.
I can't. Like, hey, Rich, that's not fair. You should be able to credit yourself. I'll say their name. I'll say, hey, in the video, I'll say this information comes from The Verge. This information comes from GameSpot. I did it again. This information.
I love it.
This information comes from wherever. But, oh shit. No. Don't open that up. I'm so used to using Streamlabs. Oh, go away. Space Monkey, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, I can't. Are you kidding me? I can't play that here. We're going to play this in 1 second. Let me make sure I have OBS open over here so I can see what the hell's going on. Shrink you down. And yeah, why is New York Times Mom not a mod? Thank you for 189 people being here on my until today dead Twitch too, by the way. And I didn't even put out a notification for this.
Guys are about to watch. These two guys they're basically two of my best friends online. We actually met through the Nintendo Switch voice chat.
Why is it
They're
so
really
quiet?
cool dudes. But they both absolutely despise Xenoblade Chronicles despite never having played any of the games. And so this video is just basically dedicated to roasting the shit out of them, because every single time throughout
yeah, I've learned that as I get older, that's a terrible thing to do, is to roast a game before you try it.
pretty much throughout the entire time I've known these guys.
Real say, there you go, because I'm back.
Every time they roast Xenoblade Chronicles, a new release or just something major with the franchise in general happens, and I thought it was pretty funny. So what you guys are about to see is a compilation of these two adolescent negroids just getting fucking shit on. So enjoy.
I should do... Hey, I'm on Twitch. I should do a hot tub stream. You're right. Captain Star Chaser, thank you for the 100 bits. I will mod you, and because I remember your name from here ages ago. It's weird that I remember that. Let's talk multiverse. You are a mod. I remember you.
Be our last announcement of the day.
Are you sure about that? You sure about that? You sure there's not going to be one more?
See, you had a no-no word in there. I don't even know if I could show that. You had a no-no word in there. I'm serious. This is Twitch, bro. This ain't YouTube. Not that I could say that much about YouTube. Yeah, we can't. You had that word in there. Dude, it's Twitch. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's kind of a gray area in terms of its use. Okay? Who just donated? We got a Knick-Knack Goomba. Thank you for donating 100 bits. Yeah, you can't say that word on Twitch either. God. Yeah, I got the DJI Mini Pro 3. I was going to... What did he send out an emergency rage tweet for? Are you really going to get me? Wait, can I even show Phil? Well, he's not banned on Twitch. Never mind. Yeah, I can. I could show Phil. We're at 41 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you so fucking much. I know, it's weird that I'm on Twitch.
I love it.
Let's talk the multiverse. Thank you for being a subscriber. What am I going to do, dude? I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping. I don't think it's going to, though. They may stick to it and be like, well, there were, even though it was VG 24/7, there were links there, and it's your job to babysit every single hyperlink in an article ever. I don't know. I'm hoping they don't. I think that's silly, to be quite frank with you. So I got a strike. Not for my video. Let's talk multiverse. I got a strike. We'll click this open. So did I watch some of this already? I got a strike because the link from VG 24/7, I guess they deemed there were links in the VG 24, and it was Henty, right? Henty, was in the title. There was nothing porn in it. Even the videos there was that video of where the guy in the game is that you are supposed to try to hide that you're beating off. You don't see anything. It would have, you know. It wasn't even anime titties. You saw no nipples, no dicks. Hentai. I thought
I love it.
Minxy1, thank you for... Well, you got it gifted. Thank you, Minxy1. So here I am. I am on Twitch probably for a week because I do have a feeling deep down they're going to make this stick. And honestly, either way, I'm going to be on Twitch. I said we're going to be in Jay. We'll make the show here. That show we did last night here because I can't trust them. Oh man. Anyway,
he didn't get banned from YouTube because.
Let's see.
Crying emojis in the chat, pimps. Crying emojis. All right, this is
I
part
love
2. You guys shamed me into redoing the video.
Politician,
My
for
apologies
subscribing.
getting that second tweet wrong. I noticed it was a parody account after the fact, so my apologies. So I'm just going to focus on our boy DSP tweet that he sent out today about a little over an hour ago, where he started off and said,
"You're very
my
welcome,
day off
man.
is
I'm
just
sorry,
started, and I already want to rage, cry, or
I'm sorry I can't watch that video, dude. Just how it is. You know how YouTube is, bro. You know."
both. It's going to be one of those days, and
Well, let them leap with joy. Doesn't mean that my YouTube channel is done. And you know what? Even if it got to that point, which it's not over this, Black Ivory, thank you for the 50-bit cheer. Can I get a DSP mating call? Of course you can. An intro guy fart. And
I love it.
Just peed in my basement.
Stardust Saturn, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Got to keep saying, I keep on saying members. I'll make that see-through next time too, so it doesn't fuck with the video as much. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now. Subscribe widgets. Let me go to alert box. Let me go to subscriptions, and
I love it.
the picture is going to be gone because it blocks too much. Gone because it blocks too much. What the hell? Because it blocks too much. What the hell? Because it blocks too much. What the hell?
I love it.
I fixed it. So, Max2822, thank you for becoming a sub. Why is that not gone? Let me test it.
I love it.
You're gone too fast. Dude, I got rid of the picture. What the hell? Let me see. Maybe it's in the resubs.
I love it.
No. Save settings. The picture should be gone. If it's not gone, I don't fucking know. RTUstreams, just subscribe to RTUstreams. What did I do to piss off YouTube? I was going to post a video today. YouTube's finally cracking down on the adult content on eShop. Okay. Who just came through here? Nick Nack Goomba, can I get some big taints and possibly be a mod? Yes, you could be a mod. And you could get big taints too.
And big taints.
So what happened was
Breasts.
Tommy here. Amico is the best console of all time. You all are just a bunch of gaming racists. Cyber gaming out.
Gaming racists.
That was amazing, and I love the text to speech. It's pretty fucking cool. So I was making a video on it that's a pretty big deal. They're finally cracking down on like the adult fucking hentai titty content. And what I did do, no longer going to do, is post links to always cite the source to give them credit for where I got the information from. I love Hulk Hogan's dick and big taints.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick and big taints.
Apparently, in that article, DBZ, I don't know why I'm saying it to you, but that's probably because I'm modding you. There were links to things that YouTube didn't like. Its automated bot picked up, and even before the video was up or public, they struck it down. Like, nothing. Not a warning, not limited ads, nothing. It was just a strike. Can't upload for a week, can't stream for a week, can't use the community tab for a week. You're done. Before the video, minus my editor's eyes, so anybody's eyes. And it may stick because they're like, well, you know, you didn't check every single link in the article. So, no more links. No more actually citing sources, which you're supposed to do. Because there may be something in there that I didn't babysit that could possibly lead to somewhere nefarious. But on the flip side, you can watch a video on YouTube that is someone saying, is this a dildo or a cock in my ass? But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's insane. It's insane. Go look for it. It's like the dildo challenge. And it's a gay couple, which that's not the issue, but you don't see anything. They have like a cardboard box up and the guy's on his fours. Okay. And they're like, it's his boyfriend. So like, hey, is this a dildo? I don't know. Or is this my cock? It's literally up on YouTube right now. Not violating TILR.
I love it.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Beagle Josh. Thank you, Pistol Pete. I approve. We already have 48. But I'm just saying, like, that exists. Not taken. Okay, it's what is it considered? Where it's adults only, where it has this is like it's flagged for that. Fine. Like, then flag the video and tell me, and then I'll take out the fucking article if it's that much of it. It's so backwards. It's so backwards. And I'm just supposed to be okay with it.
And it really sucks. So apparently something sad has happened to our boy DSP, and he is not happy. Now, what can that be? It's not YouTube. He didn't get banned from YouTube because his channel's still up, but he may have gotten departed. PayPal may have sent him to ban world, which may happen. Chargebacks is a good one. He may have gotten a whole bunch of chargebacks, and of course our boy likes to use chargebacks as an excuse to beg for more money.
I
But
love
I think
it.
the thing that is
we got some
upsetting our boy Phil
thank you,
is
Spook
the fact
Rival,
that
for
maybe,
gifting
just
2
maybe,
subs to Genuine Obi
Capcom
and Vanilla
reconsidered
650.
the invitation to the Street Fighter 6 beta and banned him from that. I think that's
I
what
love
it
it.
is. I'm putting my money down that
Duty, were you part of that though, bro? I saw someone sending them something from like 13 years ago that Phil did.
Breasts.
Twitch UI kind of
Hi,
blows.
Rich.
How did
It's the
people
quartering imaginary black dad here. I just came into my basement. We all as a family pee and come in our basements. Also, when is Jay coming on again? He's one sexy motherfucker. Love the streams, Dad.
Well, I got breaking news for you, and it kind of happened because of what happened today. We hit the 50 sub tier. Let's see if we get to 100. That's fucking amazing. The show I'm doing with Jay is going to be exclusive to here, so your subs and support are not in vain. Yeah, I don't understand that, and I think it was like, Duty, was that? I don't know if it was you. Was that you, like, adding Capcom? Like, I don't get, like, why are you shooting yourself in the foot? Like, why do you, first off, something that old, I don't think it's fair. Or was it the new thing that he said about the little girl and slaves for profits? That's a rough one. I can't really defend you that much on that one, Phil. But why would you want him completely deplatformed? I'm saying it from your perspective. One, I don't think that's completely fair to Phil, to be quite frank with you. And two, you're shooting yourselves in the foot. Like, why would you want him gone? Then some of these dudes upload like multiple times a day about Phil. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Yes, you could be a mod here, Beagle Josh. I would like you're basically, so, and a lot of these guys monetize the videos. So to me, why are you taking money out of your own pocket? As far as I know, at least anymore, Phil's not going after these channels. You're biting the hand that feeds you, essentially. A hand that was jerking his penis on May 1st, 2016. Nick Goomba, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. I don't think he's done more times, Mom. Thank you for subscribing through Prime, Roja Bear. All the support is definitely appreciated. Joe Bidet, thank you for subscribing. Corn Pop was a bad dude.
I love
So,
it.
even beyond, like, look, you could dislike Phil, but you're basically emptying out your own pockets. I don't know, just strange to me. Strange. I bite the hand that feeds you. Bite the hand that fapped and feeds you. Starshine, thank you for how many bits was that? 500 bits, I believe. Thank you so much.
That might be
I love it.
hurting our boy Phil. Now, some people say, oh, maybe he's
Fallen, thank you.
Maybe,
like, whoever tried to get him canceled out of the beta, I don't give a fuck about Street Fighter 6, even if they sent me a code. Whoever tried to get him canceled out of the beta, wouldn't you want to see him rage and play and blame the netcode and flip out and do stupid shit like this? And make like 10 videos that you could monetize? Like, I guess you don't like money. Like, because you know he would just cry and say the game's... So, I mean, I think it's wrong, too. It happened to him. I am permanently on Twitch. Well, for this week, I'm on Twitch. And then I'm permanently on Twitch. Jay and I will be doing our live stream collabs only on here. Ain't going anywhere else. Ain't coming... Maybe there may be highlights on YouTube, but not the streams. The streams are here. I have to focus somewhere else, too. I have to focus somewhere else too, because I don't trust YouTube. Especially if this strike sticks. Holy shit. My main. But the thing is, if you have a secondary channel, you have to treat the strike that you got like it's on both. So if I went on my secondary channel and streamed, YouTube would consider that ban evasion and permanently shut down both of my channels. So gotta be a good boy and stream on Twitch, you know? Like, yeah, like, and Duty streams and all you guys, I'm not telling you not to roast Phil. I'm not saying that. Roast the dude as much as you want. He even tells you that. Kind of. But I don't know. It's just weird. I sound like the guy from G4 right now.
Something happened on the groceries. Maybe they ran out of cherry juice. Maybe a gout flare up. But no, if you read the tweet, it actually says
beat me to it.
It just started. So it sounds like our boy DSP got up, ate some food, and got on his phone and started checking Twitter and his email, and maybe got a notice of something bad happening to him. So
that's basically what I am today. Birdman fallen.
He's not happy.
I'm looking at this as an opportunity too, man. I'll start that show with Jay on here. Now you got to take... God, I'm going to sound like a old school. You got to make lemons out of lemonade.
Camper, so he hasn't posted anything after that. Yes, I know. Excuse me.
The hell just
I know. I'm gonna get crap for falling for that parrot account, so it's fine. My bad. I apologize for that. But this tweet is legit. This tweet is straight from DSP's account, and there are no ifs, ands about it. So, yeah, Twitter is a buzzing. The detractors are going around, and they're posting and asking, what could it be? Actually, Agent Proper put out a poll, which was excellent, asking people, what could have happened to our boy Phil? Who knows? He probably forgot that he begged last year
What if YouTube doesn't double? I could be myself on here, dude. If they double down on the strike, then it means I just don't live stream my normal live streams on YouTube for a week. And the strike lasts until January. There's nothing I can do. I don't know what their outcome is going to be. You know, I don't... They could very well say, Joseph Morales, I think you did a couple Streamlabs. They could very well say, yeah, you can't do that with links. What am I going to do? You know? Yeah, it's not as... I mean, there are certain things I can't go near. But I'll be all right. I'll be fine. Let me see if I got an email from... No. Oh, man, I have a feeling that this is going to stick. Sis Nico, yes, you could be a mod, because I know you. Well, I could stream after a week. My channel, in terms of functionality, will be back to normal this Thursday, which is still fucking brutal, but this Thursday. But the strike will last until January. Yeah, I'm not worried about it, dude. Especially with having Twitch as a backup. I mean, I'm not going to make the same money here. I know that. No, in New York, NYT, Mom, it was not human beings. That's the problem. It was, the video wasn't even live yet. It was an automated system that I guess saw hentai and just flagged the video and struck it. Like, nothing. Like, nothing. Like, there was no in between. It was like just the nuclear option was hit, and that's it. But they may say, oh, the system was right, because even though it's an article, a legit article, it did link to other places, and that's on you. And that's it. Then I'm done. I'm not going to cite any sources anymore. I'll mention them in the video, but do I think that's fair? Should they be cited and actually people able to click the link like I always tell them to if they want to find out more? Yeah, because they did the work for that. But I can't, guys. I can't. To all the websites out there, YouTube tied my hands. That's it. If it ends up sticking, even if it doesn't end up sticking, they are telling you, yeah, you got to babysit your fucking articles. There could be like 1,000 fucking links in an article. You know how articles are. What happens if like someone posts, because you know some articles let people leave comments, like I was saying before. What happens at that point? That someone posts a link in the comment section that's somewhere shady that like the website's a filter missed out on. That's on me. No, thank you. So I'll give them credit by saying the name of the website I got, and you can go tell me you go check them out if you want to see more, but no links. It's it. It's over. I can't properly cite sources because the YouTube system is broken. There's nothing else I could say. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, YouTube and Twitch both have their specific problems. You're 100% right. 100% right.
For $1,500 to fix a shower, and maybe he'll come out and say, oh, my shower broke again, not remembering that he already used that excuse as a beg. Who knows? Or it could be that his tax lawyer called and said, hey, I forgot to fill your state taxes. You're going to get audited. Who knows? We're hoping that, he comes back and posts something else, but more than likely he'll save it for his podcast and bitching.
Yeah, why did they get rid of hosting? Was it because people were hosting sketchy people? Probably.
Complaining and moan on his podcast. about how everyone hates him and how his life is terrible and how the trolls are ruining his life and so on and so on. So anyway, if I hear anything else, I'll definitely make sure to post another video and keep you guys abreast of the situation. But
He said a breath. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad for a first stream, man. It's promising. 54 new members. It's absolutely amazing. I'm very appreciative. Let's try for another goal of 100 tonight. Not say, and look, if we don't, that's okay. You guys know I'm not like that. But like I said, we're going to build something here, and it's going to be the show that Jay and I do. And we'll figure out scheduling. We'll let you know all of it. So your support in terms of being subscribers and things like that is not in vain. Because that would be stupid of me to ask of that if it's going to we're just going to walk away from this, you know? No, I'm not off YouTube. I'm in trouble. I'm grounded for a week. They punished me for doing nothing wrong. They punished me. So unless they come back tomorrow and say we did an oopsie, and you know what's funny, if they come back like YouTube, you're going to give me the money, the revenue that I've lost? Of course not. You made a mistake. I suffer. Why does it always?
It's Donald J. Trump. My dad gave me small loans of $1 million. Try my tremendous stakes. Also, did you see the new Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro video?
No, I didn't, and I want to see it, and I love that fucking shot. So we're going to watch The Nerd. There's a documentary on The Nerd and things that went awry with him, and there's some things I'm going to agree with, and there's some things I'm going to defend The Nerd on. I still watch AVGN, so it's not me in any way, shape, or form. Ooh, is that screen not in properly? Yeah, I think it is. You guys are not seeing. Yeah. Oops. Let me fix this. No wonder. I was like, that looked bizarre. You weren't seeing the whole video. Oops. Yeah, it's this woman. She's a real. I like her voice. She should do voiceovers.
I'm calling it. I'm going to say I think.
Come on, dude. I'm a boomer on a completely different platform I haven't used in about 5 years. Cut me some slack, please. It's like totally foreign. Totally fucking foreign, man. Totally fucking foreign. No, it has. Look, Rambo Tweety. It's not. It was an automated system. This is the same thing that happened to. I don't know if you watch him, Merle, Spawnwave Media. It actually happened to him twice for the same link. YouTube now, I guess, has this system that they scrub through the links that you put in the description, and it goes to like the links that are in that link to look if there's anything. And it happened twice to Spawnwave for the same link. YouTube realized they made a mistake, put his video back up, and then he got struck again by the same automated system. It's great. Oh, I wasn't taking it as you were saying anything offensive. Oh, man. Don't they? How do you get, like, what do you have to become a subscriber for ads to go away? I have no control of that here, I don't think.
The issue is our boy DSP got banned from the Street Fighter 6 beta that's happening this week. And that's going to hurt him in his pocket because he's going to plan on streaming it for 3 days, morning and night. So he was hoping to at least hit the best goal.
I love it.
Stream.
Thank you, Fat Wong, for subscribing with Prime and Flashback Turtle. Hello, Rich. Tell Jay to give me my fucking ass back. It's hard to drop turds. Also, give me 20 DSP. Mate, 20. God, if someone who's working at Twitch comes in here, they're going to run screaming.
And now he's not going to be able to do that. So, you know, that's going to hurt our boy in the pocket. And whenever you hurt our boy in the pocket,
Prime subs don't remove ads. Really?
He's like a
That was such a good incentive, man.
raging animal and he attacks. So anyway, if I hear anything else, I will let you know. My apology for the first video. I privated that video, so if you guys want to watch this video, enjoy it. Peace out.
This portion of the CU podcast is brought to you by Pixel.
All right, this is not what I want to watch. A VGN docu. Or actually, no. Do I want? That's kind of long. Let me see. That's on my agenda, but maybe not for tonight. I just kind of like. Usually, I have a plan, but because of other events today, the plans got kind of sidetracked. Plans are a little sidetracked. Twitch Prime subs remove ads. If you have Twitch Prime, you get 1 free sub and breasts.
Hi, it's DSP Philip Burnell here. Please give me money. I need to pay my OnlyFans subscriptions and WWE DLC. Also, a la 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 la.
Oh,
I love it.
And we got Link 69PS. Thank you for. I'm liking this automated voice thing, man. Let's Andrew Tate. Yes, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Pierce Morgan. This one we could do. This was on my agenda anyway. I forgot about him. Where is the actual Andrew? I spelt it wrong. That's probably why. Maybe it's on Sky TV, Sky News. Because he's on Sky, right? Andrew Tate. I guess it's not on Sky News. Well, I'll be damned. Well, dude, I'm not done on YouTube. I just can't upload for a week unless they make some decision tomorrow that, yeah, it was an error. Even if they double down on it, it still was an error, YouTube. I posted a credible source. Period. You know?
I love it.
You know, just subscribe to FamCam ASMR. And yeah, I'm going to be doing the show with Jay on here. That'll be, and we'll figure it out like 2 times a week or whatever, maybe more. And that'll be here. That'll be the incentive because, you know, you've been following here since I forgot I've been on here since. Oh, yeah, I was on here in 2015. I remember streaming Grand Theft Auto 5 on here. Coinblazer, first time chatting, and Poop. We're at 57 subscribers, man. I am very happy about that. Yeah, I did a Grand Theft Auto stream here. Andrew Tate. Let me see. It sounds like I said Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Pierce Morgan. Maybe. Let's see if he has. Sometimes
Do you respect women?
Pierce Morgan's channel. Wait, it's on Pierce Morgan's channel? Preview. Huh. We'll watch this at least.
Andrew Tate's the most famous man.
Fierce big taints.
And big taints. And you've probably never heard of.
Thank you for 219 people watching. on a YouTube channel, now it's down to 213, or on a Twitch channel that I have not used in years. I appreciate it.
But the chances are your children will have. Videos of Tate have been viewed billions of times online. He's built an enormous following of mostly young men, and his often scandalous views about women that have made him notorious across the world. Views like this.
The emotes, I see you.
So I think my sister is her husband's property, yes. When a bride is walking down the aisle to marry the groom, the father walks next to her and gives her away. True or false?
Tate's opinions on mental illness are...
He's not giving her away to be a piece of property. She's now like a woman, dude. And not even that. Like, I don't even know the way to say it. It's not like, here, you own my daughter now. God, he's such a... He's not only is he... He's just stupid.
Equally controversial.
I don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise...
Keep in mind, there's many
I
allegations.
love it.
Slipknot, thank you for becoming a subscriber with Prime. I appreciate it very much. He's like traffics women or something like that in Romania. Yeah, Crystal Dragon. It's out of my hands.
And you believe in ghosts. Now you're afraid. But if you don't believe in ghosts, it's the wind and you go back to sleep. You give the ghosts power by believing in them.
Well, this summer, every major social media platform banned Tate amid a global backlash and concerns about his influence on the young people who watch him. But copies of his videos are still shared millions of times every day. This show is called Uncensored. One of the challenges views directly, so he flew from Romania to sit here in this studio, and the full explosive interview airs later this week. Here's a bit of what's to come.
Yeah. It's a fucking Romania. He's in Romania allegedly trafficking women. What a great, because it's legal.
I love it.
For some unknown fucking reason. Arctic Pigs, thank you for becoming a subscriber. I have to keep remember saying a subscriber here.
Do you respect women?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Do you think that 18, 19-year-old women are more attractive than 25-year-old women?
I think there's attractive people. That's a loaded question. I don't know.
Well, it's not really, is it?
I can't.
You know why I'm asking you?
Of course I do, but I can't say.
Andrew Tate here. Pack your bags, birds. We are going to Romania. If the pilot is female, we are jumping out of the plane. Females can't drive, but the birds can. Everything I say here in this interview is true.
I'm liking this voice, this
I
text-to-speech
love it.
shit. Oh, man. Vinny Goodfella, thank you for subscribing. We're almost at 60 members. 60. We're only an hour into this stream.
Well, for the benefit of viewers who don't know why I'm asking, you said this. In general, this is also one of the reasons men find youth attractive. You want to blow up the internet? I'll blow up the internet right effing now. The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. People say, oh, you can't say that, but yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman, and I'll tell you why. Because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been effed and dumped more times, more arguments, more mess, more for me to clean up. That is...
What are you fucking talking about, dude? First off, okay, they're legal, but you ever talk to an 18-year-old? They're a fucking mess. I need to know which channel you're going to be streaming on more. I can't be a member on both.
I love it.
The YouTube one for regular streams like this, DBZ, but the ones I do with Jay, which will probably be like a couple times a week, will be here. If not more, but I'll say a couple. I don't want to overdo it. Like Scotty, thank you for subscribing. I mean, DBZ, man, thank you for the support. You know, don't stress out about it. You know what I mean?
Misogyny.
Why?
Because you are encouraging a mindset about 25-year-old women that makes them sound out to be infinitely less desirable than 18, 19-year-olds, and having effectively been...
And DBZ, thank you for subscribing. And like I said, the subscriptions will be worth your time. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise to make me open my eyes and expand onto different platforms and do different things. That's how I'm going to look at it.
Having too much sex to be taken in a more respectful way.
And that's what the incentive will be, Dylan Bacon. You know?
I love it.
Subscribe to Tier 1 for 6 months in advance. Thank you. I don't know if you're partnered. It's still in place on YouTube. I looked this up. There were news articles on it because a lot of people were hoping that Twitch was going to let you just straight up simulcast if you're partnered on both YouTube and Twitch. It's not that black and white, unfortunately.
Well, firstly, even if that was the case, that wouldn't be misogyny.
But what did you mean by what you said?
That's not misogyny because it's not anti-women. I'm saying that an 18 or a 19-year-old woman would be more desirable.
Pretty anti-25-year-old woman.
Anti-25-year-old woman we can argue, but not misogyny.
Well, that's misogyny then.
No.
Remember, you can't stream for 24 hours on YouTube after streaming on Twitch. Yeah. After streaming on Twitch. Oh, dude. I put a VGC 24/7 article as a site that as a website that I used as a source. Apparently, there was some link in that website to an adult website, and that's my fault. It's that fucking simple.
Oh, no, it's not.
Well, being anti any woman at all is misogyny.
Not when I'm saying that women are beautiful and attractive at a certain age and saying the age.
You're saying 18, 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25.
Well, than ageist, perhaps, but misogynistic, absolutely.
Is that
not.
But you just accepted it.
I don't know. I'm hoping Demonic Davros Grandpa's taint is Tate's life now. Thank you for the bits. I don't know. Strike isn't permanent. Strike lasts 3 months. So if YouTube like doubles down and say, yeah, you got to know every single link that's in every single article you've ever used, what do? I have the strike until January, and it'll only affect the functionality of my channel for a week. But there's other repercussions that sponsors could be more nervous to work with you, and it sucks. It could hurt you in the algorithm. All because I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do. It's very weird.
What's misogyny?
No, I didn't. You said it was.
Ada, yeah, you could be a mod, dude. I know you. And the thing that's even weirder about it, like, okay, like, just limited ads the video then, or send a warning first. It wasn't even public. It just makes no fucking sense. The draconian reaction to an automated system finding an article that had another link in it is bizarre.
Misogyny. I'm telling you, no, it's not.
I love it.
But Pistol Pete, thank you for gifting a membership to Ada.
But if a 26-year-old woman is watching this and has heard those comments, would you just say to her, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that?
No, I won't. I will say that I am sorry that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world.
That doesn't mean you're sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. That's the point I'm making. I'm sorry if that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world that believe that.
Dude, how can you be a grown-ass man in a solid relationship with someone who's 18? And two 18-year-olds are not going to last. You change so much from like even from 18 to 25, even from 25 to 35. Fuck, I'm a different person from I'm 41 now than I was at 35. Vinny, yeah, you could be a mod. Of course you could be a mod. So.
And I was mediating for a conversation.
Parts of the world
What's
that believe
up,
that
Flux?
about 26-year-old women are parts of the world where women are not allowed out on their own.
That's a conversation.
They have to wear full burqas.
Well, that's a conversation.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. Thank God I had it as a backup. Not that I'm going to make the same revenue here. Probably nowhere even close. But like I said, I got to look at it as an opportunity.
Drive cars.
That's nothing to do with me.
But is that the kind of world for women that you?
I was mediating a conversation.
No, I'm asking you what you think.
I don't live in a country where that happens.
You're using that as the excuse for why you're not sorry for saying it.
It's not an excuse.
Is that there are parts of the world where this is fine?
My friend.
So my question to you is, well, do you think it's fine?
I don't think it's fine. I live in a world where...
You don't think it's fine?
The reason
This isn't that hard, Andrew. You can simply say, Piers, you know what? With the benefit of hindsight, I wish I hadn't said it.
Thank you, Slipknot with the cucumbers. I'll be back. If YouTube sticks to their decision, which there admittedly is a decent chance they will, I'll be back on there next Thursday. That's it.
It like that. And if a 26-year-old woman's watching, I'm sorry I said that, because that actually is blatantly misogynist. And even though that's a view held by other parts of the world, it's not a view I share. Now, I would respect you more if you said that than if you try and say, well, it's said in other parts of the world, so I'm not sorry.
I think
that doesn't tell me what you think.
Then you need to understand why my content existed in the first place. My content existed because I tried my very hardest to be an absolute and utter realist, especially with uncomfortable truths. I was pointing out that very uncomfortable.
Is that a truth? Then?
It's an uncomfortable truth in many parts of the world. It's not a truth that I'm happy about.
An inquest is...
It's always comes down to what realist. Yeah, realist for who? Realist for who? Pierce? Or not Pierce, I mean Andrew. For your fucked up world? I guarantee you this dude had like no fucking upbringing. I guarantee you his upbringing was complete shit. And that's where he got these realities from. Because a lot of times these guys who think like this machismo shit is the way the world should be, they had no dads. So they didn't have someone to look up to know it. Or they had a dad who was terrible. Who was the same way. You know? Yeah, Quantum Tate, exactly. Got a PayPal that came through. Mark, did you pay? That should come up as a notification on here if it's going through the Streamlabs. It has before. Okay. Thank you for all the follows, too. I'm seeing a ton of new follows.
We found that a 14-year-old girl, Molly Russell, died from an act of self-harm while suffering from depression and the negative effects of online content. The coroner said she was exposed to material that may have influenced her in a negative way, and in addition, what started as depression had become a much more serious depressive illness, and she very sadly took her life.
That's absolutely disgusting.
Right. Her father...
That's terrible.
Her father's campaign for better protections against potentially dangerous social media algorithms, right? It says that the particularly graphic content romanticized acts of self-harm, normalized...
Thank you for subscribing,
focused on a limited and irrational view without any counterbalance of normality. First of all, what is your response to that?
And Crash Override, thank you for gifting a to Crystal Dragon. Let me keep the stream running here so I could see it.
Nothing to do with you.
That's the first thing. Yeah, it is nothing to do with me. The fact that a 14-year-old girl took her life is truly sad. The world we live in today is... The fact that something like that happened is almost mind-blowing to me. That's truly sad. I actually feel sad inside to see something like that.
What has come clear to me in the interview is that a lot of things you say you wouldn't say now that you've...
I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. It's just worst comes to worst, I'm off of there for a week. I think there's a video on demand. If I do not have that enabled, I will figure it out by the next stream tomorrow.
Said before.
But I'd say it differently, perhaps.
Yeah, right. So to me, that's an acceptance. Not just that you want to get back on platforms, because maybe that was one of the reasons you were no platform, but that you've recognized and understood the potential harm to the wrong kind of impressionable mind by some of the things you've said. Would that be fair?
I think that's 80% fair. I recognize and understand that with massive fame.
Isn't he from UK? He has a very, 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 very slight UK accent. It's very bizarre.
You have to be more careful about being misconstrued.
Well, I can't export anything to YouTube for a week, but that's cool to know. But don't you have to wait 24 hours? I don't know. I'll figure all this out. I'm in a weird, bizarre world right now. You will be able to, Salid. I'm just going to figure it out after today. If it doesn't have the VODs on today, I'll have them on for... Might be streaming tomorrow, but like I said, my son's birthday, he comes first. If I stream tomorrow, I stream tomorrow.
Like I said earlier, 1% of people misunderstanding you doesn't matter with a small audience. It matters with a very large audience. With power comes responsibility.
Rosie full of posy,
I still
thank you
believe
for
the things I say.
subscribing.
I do not want to be a negative force for the world. I also understand that I am a man who's lived a very difficult, nuanced life, and I am capable of making nuanced points that may be misunderstood by teenagers. However, that can be said about anybody and everything. Every opinion online can be misunderstood by children. trying to protect children from the internet is a very interesting subject in and of itself, because I would argue that 80% of the content on the internet can be negative or detrimental to a young mind that doesn't understand the world.
I mean, he had terrible takes there, but he didn't sound as ridiculous as he usually does. I will give that. Yeah, we'll do the AVGN documentary, because I'm actually going to kind of, minus the plagiarism shit, kind of defend him. He's British and American? Okay. We'll rewind it. Let me just go take a leak real quick. And hey, here's some new tech in here. Look,
I love it.
Dad's becoming a real streamer, boys and girls. I even have just subscribed. Thank you, Rexdart, for just subscribing. A piss screen.
Yes!
See that? Scenes. And watch this magic too, boys and girls. Phil. Yeah, baby. Let me see if I got any bits. All right. Nick Knack Guma, thank you for gifting a sub. We're at 68 subscribers. We're not even an hour and a half in, and I don't plan on stopping streaming anytime soon. So things are, I would say, for a first streamer, going well, which is good, because I was like, watch like 10 people show up, and I'm just fucked for a week. Oh, why am I on Twitch? Because I have a strike on my YouTube channel. Because I linked a VG247 article to cite my source. That's literally it. And they were afraid that I was linking to like porn. The video wasn't even live yet, so it wasn't a human that did it. It wasn't like someone with a hate boner. No human eyes besides my editor saw it. Good times.
And that more captured who I was and what I cared about at the time that I was doing the video.
Sorry.
This video is brought to you by CuriosityStream. Get a full year of CuriosityStream as well as my streaming service Nebula by using the link in the description. Not a lot of people can say they invented a genre. Early YouTube was a...
Oh, yeah, he absolutely invented a genre.
A really interesting time. There were a lot more restrictions, it was a lot more unique of a platform, and there was a very different sense of scale and the feeling that you were essentially on uncharted territory.
Thank you, DBZ.
A lot of internet pioneers made their way here, internet figures whose work would set the tone for how the website and the internet as a whole would evolve. And it's impossible to talk about early YouTube without talking about the angry video game nerd.
Yeah, for some of you who were younger at that time, or maybe weren't on YouTube or whatever, because I was actually late to the YouTube party. I started watching YouTube in 2007. Yeah, there were so many James Rolfe copiers.
Angry Video Game Nerd, or AVGN for short, is a web series created by and starring James Rolfe. It's a simple show in which James, in character as the nerd, finds old terrible video games and reviews them, highlighting just how bad they are with swear words and skits and visual comedy.
You started YouTube. Actually, you started YouTube before me, Abby. I'll be damned.
It quickly rose
and I'm older than you.
In popularity, earning a strong, passionate fan base, a lot of
Oh, wow.
Acclaim and creating the entire subsection of video reviews, specifically ones using caustic and rage critics. For years and years, it was this untouchable thing, the gold standard for classic online video content. But recently, more and more issues have emerged. If you click on a random video on the AVGN channel, Cinemassacre, or just any site really, like their Twitter or Facebook pages, chances are you'll find a surprising number of dislikes, if you still have those, a wild amount of hateful comments, and a bunch of memes complaining about James.
Let's see. Nikki Guy 5467 just subscribed to RTUstreams. Thank you. Let's look at. I have that Chrome plugin. Let me go to AVGN. What is his newest review? Let's take a look. Why am I not? Oh, this is RTUstreams. That's why I'm not subbed here. Well, why don't I fucking sub here too? Hudson Hawk. 1.2 million views, which is still respectable for anybody. I mean, I guess that's higher than average, but I would not complain about that viewership or that like-dislike ratio at all. I mean, that's not me defending him. That's just me showing numbers, and numbers don't lie, but okay.
James, his company, and his current work. How did we get here exactly? What caused all this backlash? It's a long story. A long story involving multiple...
I mean, I know some of his videos used to get like motherfucking 5-6 million views, you know.
Multi-channel networks, plagiarism, 80s rock cover bands, subreddit moderation drama, podcasts, a crowdfunded movie, Gilbert Gottfried, lewd photos, racist webcomics, and a drunk playthrough of Super Mario Bros. That's considered lost media. This is going to take a while, so...
I've noticed.
Please grab your bottle of Rolling Rock and sit back while I try to explore the Cinemassacre.
And the thing was, where I defend James is to make what he was doing sustainable, he had to put out more of a solid stream of content. Remember the thing they started with it. He just used to do 2 reviews a month. And especially now with YouTube, the way it is, that's not sustainable. Like, he would just get lost in the fucking void. Like, the only exception to that is, like, JonTron. There's, like 1 or 2 others. But, so he had to kind of put out a more steady... what is my channel called, or her channel? Her channel is called Lady Emily. I will figure out a way to put her link in the description because this is fucking totally foreign to me.
Backlash. James Rolfe always wanted to...
Yeah, this stream does look pretty fucking good.
...be a filmmaker. As a kid, he grew up fascinated by films, constantly watching old monster movies, making short films with his friends on a VHS camera or in Mario Paint.
He needs to do something with his hair. I'm telling you, what you should just do is shave his fucking head, grow a beard, and, like, introduce the nerd that way. People would lose their shit for a while, but it actually would probably spruce up viewership for a bit. I'm not kidding. Because, like, he's trying to still make it like he has hair up here, and this isn't me talking shit. I'm bald too, James, in case you couldn't tell. Like, it's not working.
Taking up the hobby even as he grew up and continuing all the way through film school. He was very prolific for his age, basically always constantly shooting something. It was what
I missed your super chat, or are you just being a smartass? Did I miss a...
He was really passionate about. It was what he really wanted to do. And then in 2004, he made a short film that would change the trajectory of his life forever. In the short, entitled Bad NES Games, James played a stereotypical nerd character who complained about the game Castlevania II: Simon's Quest, with the basis of the joke
This was on VHS tape, I think, back in the day, too.
being his over-the-top reaction to some of the difficult or frustrating things that occurred in the game.
And why do you have to die when you fall in the water? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This guy can go...
This is the history of the angry video game nerd. I should probably change the title. Yes, I should change the title. Watching an AVGN documentary Oh, wow, it updates quick. Jesus.
all over fighting hordes of evil monsters, but he can't even fucking swim?
James would make another video in the Bad NES game series, this one about the game Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This video is a lot simpler, with James as the nerd sitting in front of his computer, drinking a bottle of Rolling Rock beer, and talking about how terrible the game is, with some footage of him playing it with the camera pointed towards the TV.
I mean...
Yeah, welcome to 2006.
You'd rather super...
We'll get that stuff figured out, man. We'll get that stuff figured out. Thank you for 69 new members. Please watch his Game Boy accessories video. I'll give you away first. Yeah, that's a great one. We'll watch that.
Glue your asshole shut than play that game. You'd rather drown in gasoline. You'd rather...
Look at the old Mac monitor behind him. What is that, iOS 9? Probably.
You know...
Over a decade ago. It was 16 years ago.
Thing is...
Right? Yeah.
And for about 2 years, that was it. These were just 2 shorts James made, and then he moved on. But James' friends who saw these thought they were hilarious, and one of them eventually pressured James into uploading them to YouTube, still a fairly new site at that time, while also creating another short, this time covering the game The Karate Kid. At the time...
Well, now it's just called Mac OS.
The channel was called James Nintendo Nerd, and the series was called The Angry Nintendo Nerd Trilogy. But then these videos blew up and went incredibly viral. People started sharing them around, quoting them, imitating them, and just in general seemed invested in seeing more. And so James kept making more, and they got more elaborate, and he started doing skits, and he started doing narratives, and getting into gaming history, and videos started having higher production values and more effects, and it just became a whole thing. Eventually he changed the name to The Angry Video Game Nerd, both so that he could avoid potential legal issues by using the brand name Nintendo, and also so he could get away with covering other game systems. The James Nintendo Nerd channel eventually changed its name to Angry Video Game Nerd, and then later on...
Everybody, dude, was trying to do AVGN. I never did, but everyone was trying to... I wasn't even making videos at that time. Or really any videos. Because it was still going on in 2008 when I was lightly delving into trying videos, but... Oh, the game, dude. Yeah, it's Stitched. First time chat, thank you for supporting me. It is what it is. I think every YouTuber has gone through it, and if it sticks, it sticks. I can't upload there for a week then.
Changed its name to Cinemassacre, the name of Rolf's production company. He eventually would partner with companies like Game Trailer and Screw Attack to release and show new episodes of AVGN. AVGN's popularity cannot be overstated. People were so into this thing that he has been able to keep going for 200 episodes so far. The main channel has 3.5 million subscribers. He basically created the whole video genre of angry...
Oh. Yeah, I imagine how much dust was in that thing, Strange Planes.
Guy gets mad at video games, which led to the creation of the Nostalgia Critic, which led to the creation of Channel Awesome, which led to the creation of the video essay genre, which has led you directly here, now, watching this video.
Yeah, you kind of skipped some steps there. Then there was that guy with the glasses. Then there was Blistered Thumbs, which was a complete bomb. Then there was...
I would probably not have a job if not for James Rolfe. In a lot of respects, it can be hard to understand exactly what made AVGN become so popular. I mean, we live in the stage of the internet that's considered post-Angry Critic, where the style of video is so routinely mocked and more casual and low-key internet reviewers have taken prominence. But, you know, it wasn't always like this. First and foremost, in my opinion, a lot of what was popular in the pre-2010 internet, and arguably still today, was content that you generally wouldn't find via traditional...
Yeah, I don't even know fully what happened with all that shit. I genuinely don't.
Media outlets. The AVGN fulfilled a specific niche that you wouldn't see on normal television because of its heavy focus on old and...
I know what the horrible things, the allegations that came out against True Wario. That was just a bizarre situation all around. Bizarre.
Retro gaming content, its heavy mockery and references to pop culture, as well as its hardcore vulgarity. It made the series stand out versus things like X-Play or other gaming content. If I had to think of any point of comparison, the closest equivalent I can think of is actually...
I bet you, though, it still should have kept it from overheating, Strange Planes. I bet you that the thermal paste was fucked up. You probably needed to, or maybe even the cooler needed to be reseated.
Like Clerks. Much like Clerks, early AV...
Yeah, that's what I said. Because didn't they try to hide it, too? From I don't know. I forgot. But didn't, like, Doug and the top brass, they tried to hide it. Yeah, that's not okay. Like, at all. I have a strike for linking a VG247 article in my description because it had the word hentai or hentai. And apparently because there were links in there that led to risque places, even though it was just a journalism website from... I've been using VG247 before I've been doing this shit full time. For as long as they've been around. But because there were links in there that the automated bot picked up on, got a strike, can't do shit on YouTube for a week. Fun times.
VGN benefited from being a low-budget independent production trying to capture a certain subset of emotions and feelings that the average young 20-something could relate to, while also featuring a fuck-ton of swear words and dark, gross humor scripted out with the same purposeful precision as a Shakespearean monologue. Though, of course, Clerks was meant to represent the emotions of working in a dead-end job you hate, while AVGN was meant to represent the emotions...
Don't people still watch Nostalgia Critic on YouTube, though? It is what it is, man. Everyone on YouTube, I feel like, has gone through this at one point, so... Do I think my chat, like, whatever. Luckily, thankfully, I have a partner Twitch channel to back me up. Am I going to make as much money on here? No. But it is what it is. Life happens, and I'll deal with it.
Of being incredibly frustrated at a video game he played. It was really the perfect time for something like this to come out too. Back in 2006, covering NES games was bound to divide your fan base into two categories. Either people who were around for the NES era as kids who are nostalgic for that time and the memories and frustrations that came with it, or younger people who were born after then and enjoy learning about a moment in video gaming they weren't aware of before. If you want a modern-day equivalent of this, think about how Scott the Woz covers a lot of Wii games, and think about the existential horror of the fact that the Wii is as old now as the NES was when James started doing his videos.
That's bizarre. 10 years.
James is...
Wait, is that true? Because 2006 was when the Wii came out. This video is in 2022, so that makes it 26. Yeah, 16 years. He started in 2004, technically, so 18 years. In 2004, the NES came out in 85, so 95. Yeah, it's about the same, a little less, but about the same. That's bizarre. That's bizarre and depressing. I had a ColecoVision. New York Times, Mom. I had a ColecoVision. Remember playing Donkey Kong on there, Donkey Kong Jr. It was a game by Taito where you were an army dude. It almost was like Commando, except the controls were god awful for it. I had Qbert for that. The controller was fucking awful. Thank you, Flashback Turtle. Yeah, Poonie Unit. I know. What are you gonna do? Eventually, the hammer was going to drop on me.
By far not the first person to cover video games online, and definitely not the first person to do the whole angry, caustic critic angle. Just from the top of my head, there's Agony Booth and Sean Baby. But what he brought was a sense of production and presentation and enough professionalism to make it work. In an era where we were just starting to get an internet where anyone could upload videos, the angry video game nerd being something that did things like have quality audio and multiple camera angles and had...
Yeah, no one was doing that. Nobody. Like, you had people sitting there maybe back then if you had, like... And it was even tougher back then, because think about it. You could get content up to YouTube, you get an SD card, or even just upload from your phone, depending on how you upload. Back then, it was a process. Sometimes you had to go to like a mini DV and convert it on your computer, then edit it, then upload it. Thank you, Poonie Unit, for the bits. I appreciate it. 200 bits. It's weird, man. So back then, it was much different. So that was another thing that really set the nerd off, or in making him successful, was that there was so much more done, you know?
had properly captured game footage and wasn't edited in Windows Movie Maker made it stand out. Yeah, it was never a high-budget affair, and James never even tried to hide that this was anything other than him in his room with maybe some friends in Halloween costumes showing up. But the fact that he knew the basics of filmmaking made him really, really above his peers, even once copycats began showing up.
Oh man, you were like a super nerd, New York Times. I had the Texas Instruments, whatever computer it was. I forgot the name. I see videos on it all the time.
And for all the backlash this style of angry reviewing gets, the whole "grr, I'm an angry critic and this thing is poppy dog shit" shtick, it actually does work really well here, if anything because it's clear that at every point of the way, James is playing this character tongue-in-cheek. I know oftentimes, especially around this era, you'd see people say inflammatory or dumb things in their videos, and then they'd counter by saying, no, that wasn't me saying it, I'm playing a character. See? But I feel like James is one of the few cases where that's true, and it's always felt true. Not just because non-nerd videos made it clear that James was just an overwhelmingly mellow guy, but
well, a lot of the people that knocked him off had no fucking talent, too.
because the nerd was so absurd and out there in his rhetoric and actions that it was...
Yeah, but we're at a time, Horrid 7, where companies are offering a lot of backwards compatibility. And on top of it, they're offering their old games, too. Like, look at what Microsoft... It goes all the way back to the original Xbox. Now, granted, they're not focusing on it anymore. But... on top of it, too, there's really... I can't think of a reason, and again, I'm not an engineer, that they cannot make it that the older VR games couldn't work on the new VR headset. So what happens with all those games you purchased before? If your old headset dies, where do they go? At a different time, it would have been like... They were actually looking to make the SNES compatible with the NES. So the idea of backwards compatibility was always there. It was a cost-cutting measure in the end that they got rid of it. But you could technically say even back then that was not okay either, you know?
Clear that Rolf intended for the statements to be punchlines rather than definitive statements of holier-than-thou opinions. Like, I sincerely doubt he wrote in a scene where he shits on Bugs Bunny's face with the intention to get his true feelings out there. It's all a punchline, highlighted to the most over-the-top absurdity. And while the nerd being an angry, screaming shouter is a popular perception, I think one of the things that stands out is how some of the funniest lines are delivered in this honestly impressively casual manner. Like, this line from his NES Accessories video has stuck with me for over a decade.
Cats and dogs would piss and shit on it. In fact, just thinking about it makes me feel like having an anal evacuation.
And sometimes the jokes don't even need to be vulgar. Like this one from the same video has also stuck with me for some reason just because of the sheer delight Rolf puts in his delivery.
I'm drinking Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker. Rollin' Rock? Rollin' Rocker. Yeah, Rollin' Rock on the Rollin' Rocker.
God, I love the NES accessory video. It's my favorite episode.
Yeah, listen, CLR Dames, it's out of my hands, man.
And I think that's the main takeaway I've gotten from going back through these old videos. As I started watching, I expected to find them maybe a bit cringe or poorly aged or not funny, but no, I still like these.
Well, that's why he has like seasons, and those videos have like 6 or 7 million views because they're evergreen videos.
They're not perfect, and there's episodes I like more than others, but that was always true. They're these easily digestible videos that somehow balance fun, casual insights into video games and this weird, vulgar, funny character. This could just be nostalgia talking. I could totally understand someone trying to watch these now and just not clicking with it, but I don't know, for me a lot of the AVGN catalog has aged pretty well. I think something that's really interesting to think about is that while there is a very clear through line between the angry video game nerd and the modern video essay, when you actually break it down, I'd argue a basic AVGN episode bears more resemblance to what we now think of as a Let's Play. The majority of nerd episodes, especially early on, focused on the process of playing the game rather than a history lesson or grand thesis about the game as a whole. You might think this makes the experience more shallow compared to other long-form videos, and maybe you're right, but I think it's a different type of appeal. The goal here is to simulate what it's like to play the game, and most of these early videos accomplish that goal. The early years of the AVGN went basically without much controversy or anything really worth talking about. That's not to say there was never any backlash or criticism or drama or anything like that. Dare I say the nerd has always had some form of criticism, but it was more generic Stuff like people being upset when he moved to game trailers or Screw Attack, people upset about the sometimes slow upload rate, people upset that James was featuring more of his...
Yeah, they got pissed off because he used to do 2 videos a month, but by himself or even with Mike, it was too much, so he had to go back to 1.
Friends like Mike Matei and Kyle Justin on the show,
What's
and
up, Mr.
accusations that
Walter
the
White?
series had jumped the shark or wasn't as good as it once was. But a lot of these complaints are, well, fairly standard. Like, it's the sort of thing any creator with a wide enough fan base and enough time is going to deal with. And more than that, they were generally very scattered opinions. Like, there wasn't a centralized moment of backlash or hub for anti-AVGN opinions or anything like that. So
Because it's considered ban evasion. Because I can't stream for a week. If I went to my other channel, I would be evading the punishment in YouTube's eyes, even though I didn't do anything fucking wrong. That's just, god damn it, man, it pisses me off.
Well, it's worth noting there's not much here worth going in depth about because a lot of it didn't go much deeper than I don't like that he didn't properly review the Atari 5200 and stuff like that. If anything, this era for the nerd is more defined by the drama involving other people rather than James himself.
I think what happens is a lot of people don't like change, and they look at the nostalgia as Stephanie the Yellow. Thank you for being a subscriber. And again, I want to let people know this is where Jay and I are going to be streaming. An anonymous gifter gifted her a sub. Thank you, anonymous gifter too. Is where Jay and I are going to be doing the show. We may actually have that debate with Retro Bro. He got back to me. You know where we're going to have that? We're going to have it here. So subscribing is going to be worth your time. No, YouTube's not done for good. It's even if the strike sticks, it's for a week, man. It's for a fucking week. So, fine. And I'm streaming here. There'll be a revenue stream. When I get back, am I going to make a video on this shit show? Whether it be tomorrow or they actually stick to it and keep me off of there for a week? You're fucking right, I am. Because the system is broken and people need to learn about it. Absolutely. Am I going to make a big, smelly stink about this? Oh, my God. I am coming back, whether it's Monday and they find, we made a mistake, or they're like, nah, you're wrong. You should babysit every single link in every single article you ever use ever. As far as I know, I don't have the most relevant YouTube channel, but as far as I could reach, I could go. I'm hoping that some content creators make a video on it. I'm not going to go directly ask anybody. That's on them, you know, and I'm not going to hold it against anybody if they don't, but that would help too.
Himself. Things like the Nostalgia Critic starting up and the publicized quote feud.
No, I do not have boobs or hentai in the title. The article from VG247 did, but it wasn't porn. It's just a news article. It was saying that Nintendo's getting rid of it. That's it. And the video wasn't even live yet. They had a problem with it. Why not just, like, limited ads the video or send me a notification that we have concerns about this fucking article? And I would have just taken it out. Jesus Christ.
Food that came from it, and, well, the irate gamer, which is a long story. Basically, there was this guy named Chris Bors who is actually...
Oh, God, I remember this, and this brings in the Archfiend. Does she cover the Archfiend? I don't remember, because Archfiend is a good arc to this whole backstory, too. So we're at 70 subscribers. Let's see if... I'm very happy for the 70 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit 100. And like I said, it'll be worth your... Like, it's not like this is going to go away after this week. The show Jay and I am doing is going to be done here. So I haven't seen it yet. A lot of people are complaining about Mario's ass, though.
My friend on Facebook for some reason, who decided to start off his own enraged video game review show called The Irate Gamer. Beyond the premise being similar to AVGN, Bors also directly lifted jokes from AVGN episodes and would sometimes cover the exact same games. This was a whole big piece of drama because if there's one...
You hit the bits where it says send message, Abby, there's a little thing that looks like a diamond. Those are bits. That's how you can support the show.
And the internet always universally.
I'm going to get the Nightbot set up here too, I am sure. That will help. Got to do all that stuff. One step at a time.
It's plagiarism, and why yes, this is foreshadowing. Anyway, Chris emailed James to say that he was a big fan and that he might have accidentally used some of James's jokes in his videos. Said email will be leaked online, which only fueled the rivalry between the two creators' fan base even more. Additional stuff happened that honestly could take up its whole own video, but by now, Boris has seemingly settled into his own corner of the internet, and he and James have settled whatever beef there might have been between them, with James actually guest starring as the nerd in an Irate Gamer episode. But besides that, Cinemassacre was running mainly drama and conflict-free. The success of AVGN led to James being able to do other projects, such as his horror movie marathons.
Yeah, drama-free, just like me. Oh, man. What a day, what a fucking day.
Series Monster Madness, his short-form rant series You Know It's Bullshit, and his board game narrative review series Board James, which is in my opinion the best thing James has ever done. If I had to define the first moment where things started to change though, it would have to be the Angry Video Game Nerd movie.
Ah, yeah, this is true.
James Rolfe always had ambitions of being a filmmaker. It was what he set out to do. It's what he went to school for. So it only makes sense that as soon as the AVG...
Yeah, the AVGN thing was a happy accident for him. The irony of me saying, just like kind of like doing YouTube full time was a happy accident for me. Irony of saying that right now. Hey, Rich, I saw the tweet. I'm sorry about what happened today. It is what it is, dude. You know what I mean? I'll work through it. I got Twitch. And it's a week. If it worse, that's the worst case scenario.
I love it.
Subscribe. Thank you, Psychopath Dosman, for subscribing. And that puts it at 70 for 4 months, too. That puts us at 71 subscribers. We're getting close.
Gen took off, he would begin trying to figure out a way to translate the nerd into the film format. After all the popularity, the nerd would be a good way to realize his filmmaking dreams, because it's easier to gain interest in a product that people are already interested in. The Angry Video Game Nerd movie was formally announced to the world in September of 2010. When James put out a video explaining that his slowed down video release schedule was because he was working on finally putting together the movie. After years and years of production, the AVGN movie finally came out in 2014. I won't spend too much time...
And it was bad. I love James, but the movie was bad.
I
think
love it.
Chris on Fire, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Keep on wanting to say member. Think everyone understands why.
I'm talking about the movie or the production of it for a variety of reasons. One,
go on my Twitter at @TheRealRTU.
I love it.
I have a video that explains the whole story. I am Atmosphere. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Essentially, YouTube didn't like I linked a VG247 article. They deemed that it was, in their eyes, sexual content.
I love it.
Newman Ponin, thank you very much for subscribing. And they, before the video was even live, so no, it was not some kind of malicious attack by a YouTuber or some troll. Before the video even saw human eyes, it was struck down.
There's so much stuff about the production, promotion, release, and state of the finished film itself that one could easily spend an entire video for.
At least Abby is here doing the all caps.
I love it.
We got Patient Microbe who subscribed with Prime. Damn. Crazy subscribers coming in. I appreciate it.
Focusing solely on it. 2, I want to keep this video focused primarily on ways in which the Cinemassacre brand as a whole has suffered backlash and the stepping stones that led there, meaning focusing primarily on the main channel and content that people have seen. But perhaps more importantly, 3, I started watching the movie and disliked it so much that I couldn't finish it, and I decided that the only way I would devote more of my time to it is if people actively paid me money for the purpose of getting me to do so.
Damn. It's bad. You know what's funny? I hate it, it's almost like turning point full of liberty for me from the 7th gen consoles and on PC. It's such a bad first-person shooter that it's fun. Maybe I'll play that on here this week. I gotta find a copy of it though. I slipped and hit a button on the fucking keyboard. God damn it.
And that more
of the
Cinemassacre Truth, an offshoot subreddit with 50
movie. We'll start here again. Oh, she had nice timestamps.
I love it.
Lady Emily, you're a legend. Captain Lambert, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. Someone just followed me too. I'll shout out follows too. I'm not trying to miss them. It just they're coming in quick.
James Rolfe always had ambitions of being a filmmaker. It was what he set out to do.
But I'll say what I said before I forget. Like, it's kind of like I'll talk to my network because they work with James, but I'll see if I could watch that here. Yeah, we're probably gonna hit the goal, man. 100. We're at 75. Usually I don't make a goal, but I think today is a justified day to make a fucking goal. Let's try it again. I'm banned from YouTube and have a small penis. Perfect.
It's what he went to school for. So it only makes sense that as soon as the AVGN took off, he would begin trying to figure out a way to translate the nerd into the film format. After all the popularity, the nerd would be a good way to...
Let me ask Abby, my network, first. I need to play by the rules. The last thing I want to do is have a banned Twitch at the same time. I mean, it's not that I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not, but, you know, I'll lose my fucking... Well, we're also going to work on if the ban sticks for a week. The strike sticks and I can't upload for a week, like bigger videos, like the hard drive video, the knockoff PlayStation videos. Again, with my son's birthday is tomorrow. That comes before anything else. I told my baby mom,
love it.
Told my baby mom, no, Poonie Unit, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Me taking them this whole weekend... It's probably not going to happen. I can't. Unless YouTube reverses the strike tomorrow, but I doubt it.
To realize his filmmaking dreams because it's easier to gain interest in a product that people are already interested in. The Angry Video Game...
Which sucks. Why are people... Like, look, I know Wings has done bad things. I know DSP.
I love it.
But Kimchi Pancake... I actually heard kimchi's really good and I want to try it. Thank you for becoming a Prime member. These motherfuckers who make the content on it are making money on them. Why do you want to see them banned? You're making money. Like some of the, like I was saying before about DSP, some of you dudes are uploading like 3 videos a day on. They're like the CNN of DSP trolling or DSP roast videos, and they monetize them. What are you doing? You have like a, as far as I know, some of these guys are like 17, 18 too. Like your part-time job is making fun of Phil. Like, you don't have to go wash dishes at 17 because you're making fun of Phil. And you're fucking it up. Why do you come? I'll let Phil answer that.
Yes.
But I see some people who I know make videos all the time who are like celebrating. Like, don't you want to see him crying because he's getting his ass kicked in Street Fighter 6? Don't you want to see him rage and have a bunch of Snort Hogan videos when he's complaining about the netcode? I want to see that. I want to see Snort Burnell and Snort Hogan talk about that. Listen here, brother. Leave the motherfucking man alone.
I love it.
We got Mitch Lunger subscribing with Prime. Thank you so much, man. We're at almost 80 members, 80 subscribers. Who died? Al Yankovic is saying someone died. Judy Tenuta. I don't know who she is, but I'm sorry that she passed away. Al?
Nerd Movie was formally announced to the world in September of 2010, when James put out a video explaining that his slowed down video release schedule was because he was working on...
Oh, wait, can I be shirtless here? I forgot about that.
Finally putting together the movie. After years and years of...
Yeah, we're almost at 80 subscribers.
...production, the AVGN movie finally came out in 2014. I won't spend too much time talking about the movie or the production of it for a variety...
Loretta Lynn died. Okay. I'm not sure who she is. Still sad to hear that someone passed, though.
...of reasons. One, there's so much stuff about the production, promotion, release, and state of the finished film itself that one could easily spend an entire video focusing solely on it. Two, I want to keep this video focused...
I'm going to say something. The Angry Video Game Nerd Movie, I've watched it from beginning to end. It's so terrible that I like it. It is the film version of Turning Point Fall of Liberty to me. Is it a genuinely good movie? No, of course not. I agree with her 100%. But I could like watch that while like playing Elden Ring and enjoy it. Does that make sense? Does anyone else here, do you agree? Do you disagree? And why is it not full screen? Why? Because I'm an asshole.
I love it.
Ways in which the cinematic.
We got Pixelated Bean, which subscribe with Prime. Why am I singing that? I'll be back in 1 second. Speaking of drunk, I need to get another THC pill. I need it after today. Here's Phil's face to tell you more. Shout out to Jay for setting this up. This'll happen. We'll do the same thing for YouTube too, so the production value remains similar. I don't know if I could talk about it yet, but I got a very interesting thing to review. The curious thing is I'm going to have to rearrange, because I live in a 2-family house. I bought my parents' house. Probably my entire living room to set it up and do a video on it. So I'm a little stressed, but I'm very excited at the same time. Quinn, how are you? I'm glad to see you here, and you're goddamn right. You're becoming a mod. Wow, there's still 220 of you here. Today is a good day. We're almost at 80 subscribers.
Master brand as a whole has suffered backlash in the stepping stones that led there, meaning focusing primarily on the main channel and content that people have seen. But perhaps more importantly, 3, I started watching the movie and disliked it so much that I couldn't finish it, and I decided that the only way I would devote more of my time to it is if people...
Yeah, I'm going to find out. I'm going to get permission from my network, because they would be the ones who could let me know directly, because they work with the nerd, if we could watch that. Twitch emotes, I'll talk to my editor about it. And Jay, yes, I will make sure you get some money for it, because you deserve it. We'll get this going. We'll get this going. And we'll do like the thing where there's scenes on YouTube. So one, I could go back to YouTube. The production value between Twitch, where that's like I'm probably going to stream the debate I'm going to have with Retro Bro, and Jay will be here. That'll be here. That kind of stuff is going to happen here. So this is going to be a spicy, interesting place to be.
People actively paid me.
And there is no way after today. I should have learned this lesson back in 2014, but I put my way too many eggs in the YouTube basket. And why? All right, I'll stop bitching. I'm going to take my THC lozenges so I could stop being as pissed off.
Money for the purpose of getting me to do so. And by that, I mean, join my Patreon and message me saying, do the AVGN.
Did I say debate? If I did, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm going to ask some questions about all the stuff he said about what I was lying about, saying that that I was just I wanted to make money off of the Amico or get product for the, really? I got products sitting here from a company that hell of a lot better than in television. Hate to break it to you. What I was saying first, thank you for the first time chat. I love that they let you know first time chats because I love showing respect for everyone here who's supporting the show. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. I guess the THC is already kicking in. But I know what I was saying before. Even if you're a hobbyist, YouTube doing stuff like this de-incentivizes everybody. Put the money aside. I know everyone gets, don't do it for money. Fine, put the money aside. Say you want to have a retro gaming collection channel. And you just, you make a couple bucks off of it, but you build up a small base, 30,000 people. It is good weed. Or was I talking about something else? If I was, I'm sorry. And you're just doing it for fun. You like your job. You have a full-time job. You're not getting rid of it. You're getting pension or whatever. And this happens. I'm having a tough time with a channel with over 1 million subs getting it resolved. And I may not get it resolved. What is someone with like 10,000 subscribers going to do? What? They're fucked. That's it. It's that simple. There's no other answer to it. And what YouTube doesn't realize is that when guys like me retire in 5 years, and look, I'm far from the most relevant person on the platform, and that's probably even an understatement. But when the bigger YouTubers like Mr. Beast, you could still include Keemstar in there, et cetera, et cetera. I don't even know who the fuck else. Who else is Ass Mangold? When all those people leave and retire, they're making more money than me. They're probably going to retire sooner than me. I'll never really actually retire. I always want to make some kind of content. But you get my point, like doing daily shit. What are you going to do, YouTube? What incentive does anyone have, even as a hobbyist, to try to do something if it could just be taken away literally like that? Where will the future of the platform be? I'm going to miss out, if it sticks, and there's a good chance it will, I'm going to miss out on a week of revenue. I'll make some of my old videos, but I'm a news channel. My videos age like milk.
Movie, then I might consider it. It was just not something I could tolerate much of. I guess the main points that
They both have systematic major issues that they need to address. We are at 79 subs. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can reach that 100 number. I think we can.
I want to get at.
I appreciate everyone who already subbed. That's absolutely amazing. No, it didn't. But even if you have a secondary channel, Curry Botron, and I'll start the video again. I'm sorry, guys. I went into a speech. That's considered ban evading. If I streamed on my second channel right now, I would get both my channels terminated. And I didn't do anything wrong. Isn't it fun? Look at this fucking bird. Isn't it a great bird? Fuck. I love it.
Here is that the movie was a big
Texas Blood, thank you for becoming a Prime member. I appreciate it.
turning point, both in
And thank you for your first time chat too, Kurabotron.
the audience and in James as a creator. Making a movie is a lot of hard work. It requires a lot of money, commitment, energy, and time. There were a lot of things done to make up for this. For example, since the usual Hollywood investors weren't willing to fund.
What I'm concerned with is other times that similar shit has happened. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm
I
checking.
love it.
I ain't getting any response from YouTube. I know it's late. But usually when they're like, yeah, we blew it. Dylan Bacon, thank you for becoming a subscriber. If I call you guys members, you know what I mean. Now we're at 80. Holy shit. Usually that means they're going to stick to the punishment. The last time this happened and I didn't hear a response quickly was with the tickled incident. We'll call it the tickled incident. That's what we're leaving it at on here. That's loud. That's too fucking loud now. There we go.
In the film, James
I was going to hit that play button where his Indiegogo was.
to Indiegogo and crowdfunded it. This was actually surprisingly controversial at the time. Like, this was back in 2011, right as crowdfunding was beginning to...
And I'm so pissed. There were two good stories today where we're bringing back Ghost Carlos. It's all gone. Fuck.
Catch on, and when other internet personalities were making movies, but they were like channel awesome anniversary films made with this basic equipment and virtually no budget. So there were some people wondering why James didn't just fund the movie himself and why he was relying on fans to do it. And the answer is because...
I mean, whether YouTube removes the strike or I have to wait a week, I'm equally as pissed. It's still wrong. It's wrong what they did to Spawnwave. They did it twice to Spawnwave for the same link. They realized they were wrong, got rid of the strike, and then restriked them. The system is broken. Really, really broken. And thank you, Faktor, for the 100 bits. I appreciate that.
Because, like, he needed to. Movies cost a lot of money, and it's fine to crowdfund to help make them. Obviously, crowdfunding...
Yeah, I had a dick take on this back in the day, and now as a much more experienced and lived a lot more life, I was like, oh, James, you should show what you're doing with every single penny. You can't. It's be insane to do. You need to hire people full time to show exactly where all that money went to. And why would James just jump into controversy with that out of nowhere? I remember there was a big fucking to do about that. And looking back now, I was part of the problem, and that wasn't a big deal.
Won the battle not just for James, but also just in our general culture. The AVGN movie managed to raise...
Now, you could be disappointed by the outcome, and you would be 100% justified in that. Like I said, to me, it's kind of like one of those guilty pleasure movies where it sucks so bad that I like it. I hope I could watch it on a stream here. Like I said, I'll ask my network first. There'll be comedy gold that I could bring out in that. That would be surreal. But...
raised $325,000, way more than its initial goal of $75,000. But similar discourse would happen again when the film eventually came out, and unless you pay...
Yeah. Well, man, and I try to keep as much I try to be as genuine in my videos as I can be. Yeah, there's obviously things I can't say, but I'm a weirdo. I kiss the birds. I still put all of me in the videos, but I do follow the rules. But even following the rules, you still get fucked. It's unbelievable.
Paid for it as part of the campaign, it cost $10 to rent on Vimeo. With discussions happening over whether or not James should have put it out for free, considering the AVGN is a free product, and also the fact that the film was fan-funded and should thus be accessible to be viewed by the fans. Once again, though, this basically died down because, like, yeah, it's fine to charge money for your work, but it did start sowing the seeds for what was to come. Then there's how the film's production affected James and his work. Because, like I said earlier, films are a lot of work, and it's understandable that his usual workflow would have to be adjusted in order to accommodate for it. For example, before James started working on the film, he had a strict 2 AVGN video per month release schedule. That's not really all that practical in the grand scheme of things, especially when he's also spending a lot of...
He got rid of that, I'm pretty sure. Correction, he went down to 1 even before the Nerd movie was being in production. Pretty sure.
trying to get the film done. So,
Hi, Richie. It's Ralph. When are we going to meet to get some coffee? I swear I won't butt fuck you. Call me Richie. Invite Jay as well. I like his Jesus luscious hair. Also, I love the birds.
I promise you won't butt. Lies. Lies. He would absolutely try to butt. He wanted butt sex and coffee. That is a fact. Oh, a lot of people don't know about the Ralph lore. We may have to watch. There may be some people here, like one of you, that weren't on my main YouTube channel who don't know about the Ralph lore. Ah, quite interesting.
So not only did he scale down his release output, but he also bulk filmed a bunch of AVGN episodes and aired them throughout 2012 and 2013. This was basically universally seen as a bad period for AVGN videos. It's hard to pinpoint exactly why, but they just sort of felt like they were sleepwalking. That's the best word that comes to mind, at least. They were repetitive, basic, relied on a lot of standard nerd tropes, and didn't seem to have the same time and attention put into them as previous ones did. Things eventually turned around, and the post-movie AVGN episodes were generally regarded as good, with some of my favorites coming from that era at least. But it definitely left a mark, as that was around the time that you really started seeing comments debating over whether or not the nerd should retire. That was going to be a dominant conversation for a while. Not just for the fanbase, but seemingly for James as well. Where at this point in time,
I mean, yeah, his numbers may have went down, but if you're still getting, even over a couple weeks, 1 million views a video, you're good. Throw a sponsor in there. Those sponsors are probably his viewership. Probably 5 figures somewhere in there. I don't know. I'm just speculating. No one's ever told me. Ad revenue for 1 million plus views. Well, maybe not, because he's probably getting limited ads because he does still swear in his videos. I don't know on that one, but merchandise, he's doing okay. He's doing fine.
He had done over 100 episodes of AVGN. The 100th episode seemed like it could have been setting up for a finale, but it wasn't. Then the movie came out and it seemed like it would have been a good finale, and then it wasn't. Then in 2016, a 10th anniversary episode reviewing Mega Man came out and seemed like it could be a finale, and then it wasn't. There were these constant signs of James wanting to give the nerd closure, but never seeming to fully commit to it. What didn't help is that this was also around the time that Doug Walker's then retirement from Nostalgia Critic was still fresh in people's minds.
Don't worry about it. I don't really care about caps lock so long as you're not like caps locking like 7 chats in a row. Like, caps lock doesn't bother me.
So the question of whether or not online reviewers could theoretically step down if they wanted to had been introduced. So I guess the question is, what exactly happened to cause this much fixation about it around this period of time? There's this ongoing belief that people have online that working on the AVGN movie sort of burnt James out and might have broken him a little bit. I'm not going to say fully that that's the case because I don't know James, and to my knowledge.
Yeah, like Abby's allowed. Abby has always been a caps guy. I didn't even realize we went up to 83 members. Did I miss people? If I missed you, I'm sorry. No, I didn't. I got him. Okay. I guess I wasn't keeping up with the numbers.
And she's never publicly spoken about this. But for what it's worth, future AVGN producer Justin Silverman stated that he also believes this to be true. And when you think about it, it does make sense. Making movies is tiring. The AVGN movie was a years-long process that took a lot of effort and a lot of stress and a lot of money. And the thing is that James wanted this to be his big break. He specifically decided to go to Hollywood to shoot it, even though it made the whole thing more challenging and more expensive than if he shot it literally anywhere else. He paid money to have it premiere at the Egyptian Theater. He clearly put a lot of himself and his energy and passion into this film, and it just didn't really pay off. The movie didn't receive the warmest of reviews. It had popular screening events with...
It wasn't good enough to break. I think he wanted to break into Hollywood, but the irony is now... I mean, obviously there's a lot of money being a Hollywood star, but you're better off here. I don't know. I kind of like that I could just scratch my nuts and come up in front of the camera and do whatever I want to.
With fans, and there are some fans who like it.
Yeah, it's weird watching me on Twitch too. It feels different. I can't explain it.
But that's it.
Maybe that's just the anger. Yeah, Mari's not here. I don't think she got the memo yet.
It's just the fans. It didn't really garner him any recognition or popularity or acclaim outside of people who were already familiar with him as the angry video game nerd, which makes sense because...
I would say the problem from a critical standpoint, even though it's a guilty pleasure film for me, is that they didn't try to go to a different audience than the audience that he already had outside of YouTube videos. It was just fan service for that. That was its biggest flaw. You know?
Because from what I watched, yeah, I can't really imagine anyone else but fans getting anything out of this movie. So I can imagine having his live stream become something that was either ignored or mocked by the general public was not that good of a feeling. That's not to say it's that simple, because I get
No, I ain't no fool. I ain't modding every person here. That would turn into a shit show.
the counter argument to this is that James would go on to make some pretty good AVGN episodes and some top-tier Board James episodes right after the movie's release. So it wasn't as if he was fully creatively checked out. And another argument can be made that his general demeanor shift around this time was more because this was also when he had his first kid, which changes a person's priorities. But, well...
And severely limits your time. Severely limit. You can't just go on passion projects and run away.
Get into that later. I guess the point is that regardless of whether or not this whole movie burnout thing is true, it does mark a drastic turning point in both the way James viewed the nerd, as well as the way James approached his creative presence and ambitions. But that's not really the full story, because there's also another important thing that happened around this time. So, during the movie's production period, James couldn't devote the same amount of attention to the channel as he used to. However, there was still a push for content to be put up there and for Cinemassacre programs to keep coming out.
What's up,
in order to
Sniper?
do so, more control was given to James's creative partner to make content for the channel.
See, I like that they highlight first-time chats, because it's not that I'm looking to miss the chat. I mean, I can't answer every single person that talks here, even though there's much less people here than would be on my YouTube channel. But, it's cool. Like, I know that new people are here. Like, it's a good... I think it's cool they do that.
And this is where we have to talk about Mike Matei.
God, I remember these videos. No. Oh, God. Yeah, this is a low point with the whole Cinemassacre saga. I like Mike Matei. Don't get it twisted, but nope, no response still from YouTube. First time chat, Rich, love your channel. Keep stroking those cocks. This is a family-friendly stream, but thank you, real Max Bauer. I appreciate it.
Mike Matei is a longtime friend of James Rolfe. The two met in college and maintained a close relationship, both as friends and also co-workers. Mike was an instrumental part in the early legacy of the Angry Video Game Nerd. He was the one who originally convinced James to upload and produce more AVGN videos. He's the one who created the original James Nintendo Nerd channel. He did the title card artwork for the first 100 episodes. If there was a character that appeared in the show, chances are they were played by Mike. He would co-write the scripts, helped edit the videos, and it turns out some of the gameplay footage used in them was actually his.
That makeup must have been ridiculous, especially how thick it was.
Footage. Mike Matei is an important person in the history of the Angry Video Game Nerd and Cinemassacre as a whole, and he is one of the most divisive figures in the fan base. Here's the thing. The thing that made James really notable as an online internet creator was that despite being a guy who reviewed video games online, he didn't really have the presence of an online gamer guy. And the thing is that Mike does. Mike has more of an internet presence. Mike was more vocal about...
Yeah, I don't think James... I mean, look, and I've gone through ups and downs too, don't get me wrong. There's times I've gone for years without gaming, and then I go through where I game a lot. Yeah, I don't sense that James still games now. That's an assumption, though. I don't know. I'm not a fly on his wall.
About his opinions. Mike was more invested in playing games and critiquing and making content about them. Mike was more invested in interacting with fans, both positively and negatively. So because of all of this, it made a lot of sense for Mike to be in charge of a lot more of the side content as well as more of the social media.
Yeah, James is a movie guy. Didn't he used to do something for, what was that network, Spike TV, where he was voiceovers for them?
And public relations side of Cinemassacre. It's clearly stuff he's more inclined to do compared to James, and that worked. Kind of. See, there had already been sort of mixed views and small bits of drama with Mike before. Remember how I said earlier that Chris Bohr's Irate Gamer plagiarism email to James Rolfe got leaked online? Yeah, that was because Mike leaked it. He was really upset that the Irate Gamer videos kept copying the nerds, so he decided to post the private email on the forums in order to do... something, I guess.
Yeah, that was a bad choice, but and I'm not defending it, but it was a much different time back then. Late to the party. Don't be sorry that you're late to the party, man. Hey, Rich, it's Tickled Bruno. Are you in touch with anyone at YouTube? Yeah, I'm in touch with them, but they may stick to their choice, man. They may say, yo, even though it was a legitimate article, you needed to know it was in the other links on there. I don't know. I know it's escalated. We'll see what happens. What's up, Rich? I love bird and breast and big taints.
And big taints.
So let's see if we could get to 100 subscribers this evening. We are super fucking close at 83. Either way, I genuinely appreciate it. Don't worry, I will not give you a Phil lecture if we don't. Could you imagine? Come on, guys. I need to pay the electric bill, the internet bill, my porn bill.
That was just sort of the person Mike was. Just a lot... Just very incendiary is the word I'd use.
Hey, look how many bolts of energy he's throwing. He didn't even come close to doing that last time. What the fuck is this fucking cheap fucking shit?
For a while, though, it wasn't too bad, primarily because Mike's
like
role
me.
was mostly either behind the scenes or in a variety of makeup and costumes. The one time he did get to do a lot of on-camera stuff as a normal person was in Board James, when he played a character named Motherfucker Mike, literally playing off of how much of a motherfucker Mike could be. This all really changed around 2011, though, as James spent more and more of his time working on the film. More solo Mike content began to be posted on the main Cinemassacre channel. His first vid, a short guide on how you can glitch your way over the flagpole on Super Mario Bros. 1, was a surprising viral hit, and he continued to make his own stuff, be it more glitch videos, top 10 lists, or reviews of more obscure games.
Well, people love shit like that. That's why I'm going to do the video on the fake PS5. People love crazy shit.
Also had his second solo viral hit with the video Minecraft with Gadget, a video that has been...
Yeah, how am I going to pay to see Hulk Hogan's dick if we don't hit 100 subscribers?
I love Hulk Hogan's dick.
I mean, come on now.
Been transformed countless times in a number of YTPs and song remixes, and is notable for being a video so unfunny that it's actually one of the funniest videos I've seen, and I can recite the entire thing.
Because they like to build brown bricks with Minecraft. I also like to build brown bricks with Minecraft. It's the most fun you
Oh, God.
can possibly have.
The non-infamously bad Mike stuff did have its own set of fans, but also its own set of detractors. On a basic level, you had some just upset that there was James-less content being uploaded on the Cinemassacre channel.
Which that's always the way it's going to be.
Especially once there seemed to be more Mike stuff coming out than James stuff. But you also had people who just didn't really care for Mike, especially not after seeing more of him. There was the creation of James and Mike...
Something was weird with me. I saw Boogie was pissed off at him. I don't know the whole story. And obviously today was not the day that I was going to fucking look into it.
Mike Mondays, a Let's Play series in which James and Mike played games on Mondays. I'd honestly say it was a pretty good series.
I was about to say, she sounded like she was going to say she disliked it. I actually missed that. James and Mike Mondays. Sometimes I arguably like better than the... nerd episodes sometimes.
Like, it's overall pretty chill. If most two-person Let's Play series are supposed to simulate a playing games with your best friend dynamic, then James and Mike Mondays showcases the vibe of when you and your best friend are just chilling.
Yeah, see Dead Name
I
somebody.
love it.
I'll look into it. Shala Zeal, thank you very much. Can't make a video on it for a week unless some miracle happens.
And playing a video game together. Not over the top, not really hyperactive or angry, just sort of going through and making small talk and trying your best to beat a game someone brought over. I don't know, it has a certain appeal. It was quality Mike content, at least. Then more and more actual controversial moments started happening.
Thank you,
in no
Shaziel,
particular
for
timeline order.
subscribing.
There was the time that he streamed Super Mario Bros. On the main channel while being pissed drunk, and ended up deleting the stream afterwards, and now that stream is officially classified on the Lost Media Wiki as Lost Media. There were times in which he'd use the official Cinemassacre Tumblr to tweet out details about himself having sex, such as the post, 2 hours of doggy style and going again, load was fucking huge.
Try to relax your anus. Try to relax your anus. Your shoulders.
Look, it's not cancel worthy, don't get me wrong, but with the image that Cinemassacre has, I know the nerd, but it's still, that's like, it's very obvious that's an act when you, I don't know, maybe I should take my own advice and stop talking about my dumps on my Twitter channel. Mino Kills, thank you for the face that I don't know, but thank you for first time chat.
Smiley face emoji, Mike. But this all pales in comparison to the Reddit drama. Like most popular online media things, Cinemassacre and AVGN has a presence on Reddit. Makes sense.
love it.
Gifted Cods gifted 2 subs to Bizacalo. If I said your name, an anal yard. I like you even more because you gave a sub to anal yard.
I love it.
Anal yard. And Bizalicio, I'll give you the same credit too. And Cods, thank you very much. We are getting nipple tantalizingly clear now. 86 members.
Reddit, especially earlier in its life, was a very gamer-dominated website, so of course it would have a large form of people talking about a gaming-related personality. A few subreddits popped up, but the main one that gained any traction was simply the Cinemassacre. And what's notable is that the main mod there was Mike. And in general, there was a lot of frustration about his modding style. People frustrated with the state of post-movie AVGN would...
Is gifting... Spook Avril DTS gift a tier 1 sub to DJ. Thank you, man. Jesus, guys. You're making this a lot less painful.
Often have their negative comments deleted. People asking about Bootsy, a frequent Cinemassacre collaborator who suddenly stopped appearing in videos, would have their comments get deleted. People who asked about the Drunk Mario livestream would have their comments be deleted.
Let me tell you something as a person who does this. I don't know what happened with Bootsy, but sometimes there's always there's to a story. Let me tell you from someone who knows firsthand from life experience and internet experience and whatever, there's not just 2 sides to a story. There's 600 fucking sides. I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe there is guilt on James and Mike's part. However, you never find out the full picture. And sometimes before you go to conclusions, we're on the, what are we on, the level 3 hype train right now for subs? I don't even know how this, Twitch, I'm a boomer. Do you see me wearing cat ears? And am I in a hot tub, Twitch? Come on now.
There seemed to be an active attempt to avoid any sort of negative discussion or talk of controversy in the main subreddit. And then things take a turn for the weird, and I can't really show anything on screen for this part, so I'm just going to put up a picture of a tape measure and zoom into it really, really slowly. Okay? Okay. So there was this running gag going around the fandom about the size of Mike Matei's junk. This was mainly based on the way Mike's shorts would crinkle up in certain photos and footage in order to make it appear that
Mike has a big dog.
I love it.
Yeah.
Gifted a tier White Ink 47 Flashback Turtle gifted a 1-tier sub. I believe we are now at 88.
It was a joke that would get passed around and shared and people would laugh at. Eager Raptor from Game Grumps would even reference the joke about Mike having a 10-incher on an episode of Steam Train. It was just a light gag until one day Mike Matei, in an attempt to stop the speculation, decided to use the official Cinemassacre Reddit account to post a picture on the official Cinemassacre subreddit of a dick next to a tape measurer, and then used the official Cinemassacre Twitter account to tweet it out as well.
I can't defend that one.
Yes.
Guys, here's the actual size of my cock. Come on now.
I've seen the photo. The weird thing about it is that, like, the tape measurer is actually farther away from the camera, so it's using a forced perspective Lord of the Rings style to make it look like it's bigger than it actually is, which I'm not sure if that was deliberately part of the joke. Also, in 2020, people discovered that the picture was actually posted on the internet before Mike posted it there, so more than likely he just pulled this photo from somewhere else. In the immediate aftermath, the posts were all deleted, but so was anything bringing up the post at all. There were no explanations given for the pictures, either from Mike or other mods. And
about to beat kind of Bruno, thank you for cheering 200-bit cheer. I appreciate that. Did I do it right? I believe so. I'm about to beat my last record. Keep up the support. I like that they do that because I feel like a douche doing it. But if there's a system that does it, I'm fine with that. You know? Does it make sense?
No immediate statement or acknowledgement was made.
What year did Mike do this? It's dumb. Is it the end of the world? Yes, Abby says yes. Thank God, Abby. Yeah, would I have done it? No. Keep the hype going. Thank you, Pistol Pete. I appreciate it.
The frustration over Mike Matei deleting any messages about him posting a dick pic led to the creation of the Cinemassacre Truth, an offshoot subreddit with 15,000 current members where people could openly discuss the controversies going on, and to the hub of the Cinemassacre backlash that the channel is currently undergoing. Yes, the reason we're all here today is because of a dick pic. The Cinemassacre Truth paved the way for about the sort of thing you can expect when you have a subreddit branch off because of disagreements over the original sub's moderation. Warfare. There was a passionate drive to chronicle everything Mike had been doing wrong, as well as uncover anything that they didn't know about. This is how some more pretty bad info about Mike got unveiled.
Dude, people are crazy, man.
Ranging from asshole-ish stuff like him commissioning.
All right. I'm old and was up. Okay, have a good one, New York Times.
An old
Mom.
woman to make a Klingon costume and then never paying her. Him using an alt account to trash talk other reviewers as well as argue with people online asking about the tape measure situation. And perhaps most...
Yeah, that's 2008, though. Different time. Archfiend was roasting the fuck out of motherfuckers back then, too. It's a different time.
Infamously uncovered a series of incredibly racist comics Mike made in college called The Loco Bandito that was full of basically every tasteless thing and racial slur you could possibly imagine. I wish I could say that there was any sort of closure to that whole arc, but there really wasn't. Mike released a statement in order to help calm down some of it, but it really only addressed the bannings, the leaked mod mail, Minecraft with Gadget, and vaguely talks about whatever happened with Bootsy. Notably absent from this post is any mention of the tape measure situation or the Loco Bandito. It didn't really satisfy anyone, and there was a push to continue to get more answers, to get James to acknowledge it, and to...
Yeah, that was like a really sketchy time. And it's not okay, but the jokes were much different back then, and things that were, I mean, even if you, like Grand Theft Auto, perfect example, we were playing it the other day, you know, the good old days before I had a strike on my YouTube account. And look, context is key, and it depends on the terrible thing that the person did. Caravono Bruno, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Where is it? So what is Twitch's policy about men on the internet who get shirtless for 50? I think it's okay. I think it is. I'm not sure. I don't know what...
Even get Mike removed from Cinemassacre. But none of that happened. Nothing else came out of it, and instead...
I think you could be a dude and be shirtless, right?
Mike continued to work for Cinemassacre for years until he quit in December of 2020 to focus on his streaming career. A weirdly low-key end to an important and incendiary
You can't be shirtless as a dude?
Figure in AVGN history. What wasn't low-key, however, was the Cinemassacre Truth, because even though the drama with Mike might have calmed down, there was a new challenger on the horizon that would become the...
I'm pretty sure I read you can
subreddit's primary focus and...
They changed the rules on that.
Enemy.
Let me look it up. It's an odd thing to look up. Can men be shirtless on Twitch? Wait. Now this is from Aug. When is this from? But when is this thing is saying no, you can't. It doesn't tell me when this fucking article's from. It's ancient. Maybe ancient. Why don't they date their... Why do people date their shit? April, can men have their shirt off on Twitch? For instance, back to shirt wearing no clothing or sexually no more shirtless streams on Twitch. This is 8 years ago, though. Come on. Now, this is relatively... I guess I can't. I guess I can't. But if I was in a hot tub with my nipples popping out, I guess I'd be okay.
One of the big changes that happened in 2014 was the essential shutdown of both Game Trailers and Screw Attack, the previous networks that AVGN was distributed on. Game Trailers was acquired by Defy Media, who would then...
Look, I'll find out first. I'm not, you know...
shut it down years later because of their own issues, which is too much to go over now. Meanwhile, Screw Attack was acquired by Rooster Teeth and essentially rebranded into a company that only puts out death battle videos. This left AVGN without a distributor and forced the series to make its primary home YouTube again. It was around this time, either 2014...
That's so bizarre, and some of the other stuff I see on here, but...
or 2015, that Cinemassacre
Or maybe they do. Look, I did a 30-second Google search, and I could have looked in the wrong places.
Turned up and joined Screenwave Media, a multi-channel network founded by Ryan, who had been assisting Cinemassacre for a few years at that point. For those of you who don't know, a multi-channel network, abbreviated as an MCN, is essentially a company that handles multiple channels and is designed to assist and manage them in business or creative matters, though primarily business. The idea is that they
I heard they changed the rules, but I'm seeing conflicting things, so I'm not gonna
deal with things that the creators might not necessarily be able to on their own. Things like setting up ads,
PlayStation nips, I don't know.
Sponsorships, creating and distributing merch, and on a basic level providing a quantity of resources like access to various different licenses, programs, sound and visual banks, etc. In exchange for this, MCNs generally take a certain cut of the profits from that channel. If you're not familiar with MCNs, that's sort of the point. They used to be more in the forefront of YouTube conversations, especially in early YouTube days. For one, because that was the era in which it was basically impossible to monetize your channel or deal with the copyright system unless you were partnered with an MCN, but alternatively there
Hold on 1 second.
There were also several controversies with a lot of early MCNs regarding
I actually should do that. TLR 16. It is something about
either withholding funds from
work, but
creators or signing up as many channels as possible, offering them little to no assistance, and claiming revenue from a bunch of them, and essentially creating your own office space scam out of a bunch of teenagers' YouTube accounts. But those were select controversies with their own stories. For the most part,
yeah, that's not Screenwave though. They've been good to me. They're technically an MCN somewhat, but they're not pulling a machinima.
The reason why you don't hear much about MCNs is because their job is to serve as backdoor assistants rather than executives hanging overhead as creative consultants. This is why when Cinemassacre signed on to Screenwave, it initially wasn't really remarked upon by the fanbase and went largely unnoticed. It wasn't really until around 2017 or 2018 that things began to take a turn and Screenwave made themselves known. This was the period of a lot of changes with how Cinemassacre operated, specifically as it relates to monetization and profits. During this time, more and more videos were released with sponsors, a practice which wasn't really done too often on the channel beforehand, until basically every video, regardless if it was a nerd episode or a small side thing, had some sort of brand.
I apologize for texting. It's unavoidable. It was important to what I texted.
And partnership attached. People started noticing various different format changes that were happening, such as the very profane.
I'll find out if I can or not. I have to find out first. I gotta play by the rules, even if they make no fucking sense. You know?
AVGN theme song being gone from most videos, or Rolf now calling his series.
I appreciate the subscribers. We're at 88 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to that 100. I'm happy and excited that we got 88, but we are very close. I'll shut the fuck up about it now, I promise.
You know what's BS rather than you know what's bullshit, both of which were done primarily to minimize the risk of getting videos demonetized or age restricted based on swear words being present in the first minute. And perhaps the most obvious change, every single original AVGN illustrated title card that had been used for the thumbnails was changed up with a standardized YouTube thumbnail format of James's face photoshopped next to whatever the subject of the video was in order to get the algorithm to boost those old videos. That was an incredibly controversial move to say the least, and
why? I'm not saying she I get it. You have to refresh the...
And this isn't even getting into how different the...
Yes, I will stay active on Twitch. I am going to be doing the show live streams I do with Jay, which we'll do a couple times a week on here. I'm also, to make things interesting, going to be having on Retro Bro to discuss the Intellivision Amico and his stance on me. So it'll get interesting here. This is even after I'm cleared up on YouTube and back there in a week. So I'll still be here.
AVGN episodes were beginning to feel a subtle shift that gradually became more and more noticeable until people asked what was up. It was around this point in August of 2018 that two things happened. One, the people at Screenwave Media began appearing in videos on the channel in a series called Rental Reviews, though I'll talk about this later. And James released a video in which he says that Screenwave has taken on a lot of the AVGN editing work and has also been working with James on writing the scripts, and thus the current backlash against Cinemassacre and Screenwave Media began. And it's only intensified since then, to the point where the...
And that's, yeah, you know that's going to happen. That's just human nature. People hate change. People hated when I started showing my face. I had a lot of people saying, Rich, I like the gameplay with the voiceover. I'm never going to watch you again. It's just how it is.
The Cinemassacre subreddits, both...
I'm going to talk to... he was DMing me when I was dealing with the YouTube drama initially. Talking to him, shockingly, was the last thing on my mind. So I'll have him on here. I'll find, maybe Jay will be the moderator. He may not like that though. Oh, Jay's going to be biased. Like, what's facts don't make bias, dude.
Both of them at this point are basically full of nothing but
that's human nature. Clear Dames. That's human nature. People don't like change, even if it's for the better or whatever. It's just how human beings are.
Anger towards Screenwave, what they've done to the channel, and the individual members.
What's CC? What is CC?
You'll be hard-pressed to find anyone who is openly and passionately a fan of the work Screenwave has done for Cinemassacre. It's hard to explain exactly why people have such negative reactions towards Screenwave and their members. On some level, it's inevitable. History has shown that fans are going to be incredibly hostile to any new force.
Oh, closed captioning. But don't people want that? Or no?
That enter Cinemassacre or any popular channel. A similar thing happened when Mike and Bootsy and Kyle Justin first started appearing in videos. Though it's worth noting that when Screenwave began making a more direct presence in AVGN was also around
That's fine, period. But I can't miss his birthday, and I can't take the entire weekend off, period.
The time that Kyle and Bootsy stopped making any appearances on the channel and seemed to be effectively unpersoned, which inevitably made it seem like Screenwave were attempts to be replacements, or at the very least put them in the position of filling those shoes.
Sorry again for the texting. It's just things I can't.
Which fans as a whole haven't actually taken too kindly to. A lot of this is because of the optics of corporatalization. With people like Mike and Kyle and Bootsy, you had the sense that these...
Thank you, Stardust Saturn, for the 100 bits.
People were James' friends that he had a long history with. Conversations make it seem like James might have known a fair bit of the Screenwave guys.
I do text too much. Like, yeah, it partially, like 10% in my defense. It's usually stuff that is important. But it doesn't matter, though. If I'm streaming, I should be entertaining you guys, not tapping on my fucking phone.
For a while, but the problem is that their unfamiliarity with viewers mixed with their status as employees of the network Cinemassacre is signed to, as well as appearing in the videos right around the time that the channel shifted priorities to monetization, leads to the feeling, whether correct or not, that their presence and purpose is a matter of business and executive interference.
Of course it is. Not the executive interference, I would necessarily... James chose this. He realized, you know... yeah, the Nerd... if it was just him and Mike trying to put together these huge episodes, the Nerd probably would have been gone years ago. If it wasn't for a production team stepping in, okay, maybe you'd be like, I'd rather not have the Nerd. Okay, that's you. But obviously, perfect example, his newest video has 1.9 million views. So someone's still watching. And if he didn't have Screenwave, there would probably be no Nerd now. Yes, I have to piss again. Where is... I'm using Streamlit OBS Studio, and I keep on forgetting what the hell I'm. You're right. He would have absolutely burnt out. Let me go piss. He would have burnt out, and you would have had nothing. And obviously, the content's still good enough to get millions of views. I just realized you couldn't hear me because I was in a different scene. Happy birthday, Banshee TK. You're 30. That's when life starts getting crappier. Oh, I had all my suckers. So.
Especially when Screenwave members seemingly start to appear in every video and every project, with Cinemassacre content seemingly featuring more new, unfamiliar Screenwave people out of nowhere rather than James and the usual Cinemassacre crew. That's not to say that there aren't reasons why people might not like them just based on their own behavior. There's Justin Silverman, for example, higher up at Screenwave and currently credited as a producer for Cinemassacre, seemingly handling a lot of the content planning and organization. Justin originally got his start on the channel Silvermania, which has a history of controversies and issues. For starters, there's video footage.
Can't watch the Mario Brothers trailer, man. Holy shit, that would be super shut down. Let's not.
Of Justin saying the N.
I'm not even showing nipples today, son. The only thing I'm looking to do is to get to 100 subs, and I'm almost there.
Word several times in a skit.
I hate the N-word, and by N-word, I mean nerd, not because that would be racist, and I'm not a racist. I have a black friend.
I love it.
The timing of I love it was so bizarre. Rhino Kills, thank you for becoming a subprime member. Appreciate it.
As well as footage of Justin.
Multiple first-time chats coming in, too. We got, I don't know who the face is, but thank you, Skio. Poll15, thank you. And Overlord Zero. Whoa, Rich on Twitch. What is this? It's going to be a semi-permanent thing, but live streams are still going to be on YouTube. I just can't live stream for a week. I have a strike. But the streams I do with Jay, which are going to be pretty damn regular, they're going to be here. And we're going to have, I think, as long as he doesn't back out, a interview with Retro Bro, the Intellivision Amico guy. So trust me, it'll be worth your time to be. So that's why I'm streaming on Twitch. I'll be here for at least a week, and then after that I'll be here permanently, but doing different kinds of content. Going to give you a reason to come here and a reason to go to YouTube. Thank you for loving my YouTube videos. Hold on. Look on Google for RTUstreams. Hold on, someone wants to find me on Twitch. Come on, phone, don't be dumb.
In a clan outfit next to a
I'm a bit stoned too.
Swastika and Confederate flag. Now, these were taken from comedy skits Justin did on the channel, skits that he has since disowned.
Yeah, I'll figure that out too for tomorrow reason.
And said that he regrets. One of them was about how the actual N-word is the word nerd, and the other a joke about how there are so many AVGN knockoffs that the only original option.
When did Justin make this video? Again, I'm not saying it's okay that he used the N-word. I want to make that abundantly clear, but even in like 2012, times were different. And I'm not justifying it or defending it. I'm just trying to make you understand the context. You know?
Leftist.
Yeah, and Silvermania had some funny, before Bob became a word I probably can't say that involved underage people. God, those were funny when they were playing fucking those like PS1 games. They had me crying sometimes. They were so funny. But Bob blew it.
You blew it. Be a racist video game reviewer.
Oh, the Gabe Newell. Oh, man. Uncle Gubsy?
Which is a bad joke. There's already a million of those on YouTube. I know he says that he regrets these and that they were unfunny attempts to be edgy, and fair enough, though I will say we're talking about jokes an at the time 30-year-old man made in 2012, not a child in a far gone, long ago era. There was also controversy when Justin was accidentally invited on the late gaming YouTuber Total Biscuit.
Oh, God, I forgot how hot Press Heart to Continue is. I know she's married with kids. I'm just... Damn. Rest in peace, Total Biscuit.
Its podcast and proceeded to act like an asshole on it until he was kicked off. Months later, someone on the Silvermania team, possibly even Justin himself by his own admittance, made a YouTube comment joking about Total Biscuit's eventually fatal cancer diagnosis. According to Justin, he and Total Biscuit managed to meet up before he passed and settled things out, but that's still, you know, that's something. Though the thing about
ain't as bad as what Keemstar did, though. Again, not defending him. He shouldn't have went near that. Okay? Shouldn't have went near it. But remember what Keemstar did? Can't wait to report on your death.
I love it.
6 months in advance in Hothead 91. I assure you it'll be worth your time. Just wait for... All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to get to him now because I want to make sure I get this guy. Retro Bro. Okay. Period. Sounds good. Period. Are you free this upcoming week? Question mark.
About all that I just told you is that it wasn't the cause of why AVGN fans.
Yeah, you could look. You could literally find videos of Keemstar saying that he got, because what happened is Total Biscuit went to Keemstar, Keem, that like Keemstar said to Total Biscuit, "You're in the news." Total Biscuit replied back with, "You're not news." And I think, this one I'm not sure about, blocked him. And Keemstar got really insulted by that. And he put up a video saying, "Can't wait to report your death."
Didn't like Justin. The only reason that stuff came to prominence is because people in the Cinemassacre Truth already didn't like Justin based on his appearances on the channel and then started doing some digging. For what it's worth, Screenwave has taken a mixed response to the Cinemassacre Truth. There are those like Kieran, the guy who seems to be the primary AVGN editor these days, who really vocally do not like it. And then you have Justin, who frequently posts there, did an AMA there, and will include Cinemassacre Truth memes and references in Cinemassacre videos, often using the various derisive nicknames the subreddit has for him.
We're at 90 subscribers. 90. We are 10 fucking away. Birds, do you see my nipples?
Try to relax your anus.
There's even stuff that's more subtle, like some Cinemassacre videos being uploaded at exactly 540 EST, a reference to a meme that gained traction on the subreddit when people took note of a video where James made a big deal of having to leave and be done with recording.
I can't even, I'm not complaining about that. I'll be through the moon we hit 100, but am I happy with 90? Fuck yeah. I expected like 30 people to show up to this motherfucker.
By 540. This sort of stuff honestly hasn't really helped ease tension.
Justin looks... All right, we got to turn the closed captioning off. He looks sexy there.
Between the subreddit and Screenwave, especially not as more controversies pile up and there's more dissatisfaction over the state of Cinemassacre. And to some extent, this isn't really going to go away. A big part of the issue are things like Screenwave writing and editing AVGN episodes, with the common belief being that James is completely and totally uninvolved with the production of the videos, save for just appearing in them and reciting the lines. This isn't helped by the occasional presence of things like footage of gameplay which shows that it was captured on Kieran's computer, or more and more references to subject matter that James Rolfe wouldn't have any knowledge of.
What do they mean, like retro games on a computer? I'm all right with that. What do you guys think? I'm okay with that. Sometimes it gets cleaner footage anyway. Now, the argument can be made, if I'm being objective, is that the game may not play the way it was originally intended, so you may not get the same experience. But I defended myself when I didn't use save states, and I beat Castlevania 1 for the first time back in 2019 using an emulator. I remember ABO Hiccups, been a follower of mine forever, shout out to him. He's like, you didn't really beat it, because I'm like, dude, but I didn't use save states. If anything, I was at a slight disadvantage because there was more lag, because it was on this wasn't even OLED, it was a regular monitor screen. And I beat it through and through. Like I had a cartridge in the system. I didn't use save states.
And all these other clues that get left around that make it clear that James isn't the only one operating the machine here. James attempted to assure a lot of worries about Screenwave, explaining that if it wasn't for them, more AVGN episodes wouldn't be coming out at all, and the series would have ended in 2018. But the thing is that these people don't like the AVGN episodes that Screenwave are producing in the first place. It's like if you complained to a restaurant manager about how a chef served you a sandwich and you thought it tasted inedible, and the manager responded by saying, well, if it wasn't for that chef, you wouldn't be able to eat at all. Like, it's just really missing the point that these...
Nah, I get what she's saying, but there's a lot of people that still like the food. And if a lot of people still like the food, yeah, some people may have left, but if a lot of people are still eating the food, and if you didn't have the staff you had, the restaurant would close down, and you still have a bunch of fans of the food, why would you close it down? If it's still profitable and the restaurant's still making money, okay, maybe the food has changed since the new staff is there. But if the restaurant would close down because there was no staff, and if there's still fans of the food even with the new staff there, kind of sucks, doesn't it? We got Resident Evil 11996. Hello, how are you? Thank you for joining the stream. You get what I'm saying?
These people aren't really happy.
Let me explain for first time chatters here. Got a strike on my YouTube channel, which means that I can't even touch my secondary channel for a week because I would be considered ban evading. When you have a strike on the channel, you are not allowed to upload videos, you are not allowed to stream, and you're not allowed to use the community tab. However, the streams that Jay and I do will be weekly, multiple times, probably 2. And they'll be here. So there'll be exclusive content here. Trust me, I'm still going to be doing my thing on YouTube. RTUstreams and ReviewTechUSA. But if I'm going to offer something unique here that you can't get there, you're fucking right I am. And I've learned a lesson from this to not put all my eggs in one basket.
Be with the current content. And this is where I have to play my hand into it a bit. Because I feel like I need to be open and transparent about my perspective on this, who I am as a person, and how my experience is inevitably going to frame the way in which I see this. So for starters, as you may or may not know, I myself am represented by a network. Standard, to be precise. I'm not going to go in depth about any of that, but obviously that means that, like...
Wonder if she's a voiceover artist. She's a good reader. Very natural.
Personally speaking, I'm not going to have a problem with MCNs or brand sponsorships in and of themselves.
Nope, no content for a week. Plenty of streaming. Tomorrow you may not see me at all because it's my son's birthday, and I'll be damned with what happened on YouTube is going to make me miss that. Hell no.
But there's also another thing here that feels like
So I'll be doing like 10-hour streams like I'm a 19-year-old who just got into college.
Should probably mention. So some of you may know this, and a surprising amount of you don't, but when I'm not talking into my microphone and making my little videos on here, I do work on another channel, one vastly more popular of mine called Sarah's Ad. Much like this one, it focuses a lot on media and internet culture analysis. There I primarily work with Sarah on co-writing the scripts for each video, though occasionally I have done a sort of...
Nope, that's considered ban evasion. I've read into it. Can't do it.
...editing work as well. I started officially working with them around August 2020 when the channel was already incredibly popular and had several viral hit videos. If you're wondering why I'm mentioning this, well, it's because this is going to affect the way in which I view Screenwave working with Cinemassacre. Like, I don't necessarily mind that AVGN has co-writers or that someone else does the editing work for it, because that's me. That's what I do. I also joined into an already popular channel and began doing significant creative work on it. And I was incredibly conscious that when I did that, I was going to be assuming the Screenwave type presence, that if I wasn't careful, I would have people saying that I ruined Sarah's ad and that my inclusion caused the channel to jump the shark. So yeah, that's the perspective I'm approaching this with, and I hope that I can use it to maybe clarify some things, or at least give my take on the matter.
Still gotta try that. Resident Evil 4.
Obviously, I can't speak for Screenwave and Cinemassacre and how they do things. I imagine Sarah's ad is a much different operation. Maybe they're more efficient than we are, considering that at the end of the day, Sarah and I are just two friends who hop on Discord calls and make I think you should leave references at each other until it's 3 a.m. and the script is finished. But one of the sticking points that you see a lot regarding Screenwave and James is arguments over whether or not James actually does write the scripts. And
is the VR good? I'm going to go this week to get a new script for my glasses, but I'm also going to get a script so I could use them to get, because here's the problem with the Quest 2. Meta Quest now, excuse me. The original Quest, with these glasses actually, was wide enough that even with the extender, I know you have to put an extender in if you wear glasses. I have that in the Quest 2 installed. It was wide enough that it didn't affect these glasses. The new one, they must have shrunk the circumference. That glasses, no bueno.
Edit the footage, with Screenwave and James seeming to give inconsistent answers, and the fanbase under the impression that because of that, it means James doesn't actually do anything anymore.
You got your Quest 2 coming tomorrow. You're going to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it again. That's why I need to get a new script for glasses. What I'll do is I'll probably get the lenses script so I don't have to wear glasses at all.
And they're all lying to save face.
Everyone's different. VR does make some people nauseous.
Though from my perspective, that's not necessarily true. Part of the reason why, when you start to have a writing team, it gets hard to answer the question of who writes what, is because the writing and creation process isn't anything entirely consistent. Unless you're in an impossibly organized and optimized system where everyone has clear-cut roles, everyone's contribution is going to be a bit different depending on the project and depending on what's needed at that time. So if you were to ask Sarah and I if Sarah still writes the scripts, the answer would be yes, obviously. And if you ask me if I write the scripts, the answer would be yes, obviously. And if you ask us who writes the majority of the scripts, the answer would be a giant question mark because there's not really an answer to that. Sometimes Sarah takes the lead, sometimes I take the lead, sometimes I write.
But if you both have similar styles, it's okay. That's kind of like me and Jay. That's why, like I was talking about that yesterday, the good old days on YouTube, where I could just throw Jay the raw footage and know that he's going to do what I want because we're synced up like that. So if she's like that with this woman, I'll check out her channel later. You could just kind of roll with it. It doesn't matter who writes what.
Write half of it, sometimes I only write a paragraph, and there's no real consistency regarding who writes what. We both open up the document and begin writing on it at the same time, choosing which section we think we're more interested in or best equipped to write about. When co-writing works, this is the biggest benefit of it. By getting more heads into the situation, you can play to everyone's strength and produce a final product that's more all-encompassing. For example, when writing something like the All or Nothing video Sarah and I did, it made sense for Sarah to write up stuff regarding the history of the All or Nothing post and what the Tumblr landscape was like at that time, considering they were actually there and have more first-hand experience with it. Meanwhile, it made more sense for me to talk about All or Nothing from a production standpoint, talking about the Kickstarter and the practicality of getting something like this made, considering my history and background studying film and film production. We managed to keep the scripts feeling consistent because, well, beyond Sarah and I being very similar in our interest and style, we sit down before we start writing and have a conversation about the subject we're covering, creating an outline going over what...
Not no more YouTube. I have a strike on my YouTube account. I'm probably going to write a bot explaining this. Someone had a very good idea with that, where something's going to be permanent on Twitch, but it's going to be the show that Jay and I do, where... but the strike means that for a week, I cannot stream on either channel. What's the strike over? Posting a VG 24/7 article that they said was too risque. A news journalism where I was talking about Nintendo no longer allowing adult content onto their platform. That's it.
What we want to talk about, and ironing out our feelings and what we think our main argument for the video should be. This means that even if we're technically reviewing something, like making a video about how much we don't like the Dear Evan Hansen movie, we can both be sure that what's being written on the page and ends up on screen is a good representation of how we both feel. Theoretically, I would hope Cinemassacre does the same thing, so that even if James isn't the primary writer for that episode, there's a consistent goal in mind that everyone is considering when they make this. And as for things like editing and gameplay footage being captured by other people, well, that could be a sign that James doesn't play the games anymore, or it could just be a matter of editing convenience at that time. Something like the gameplay from the
Yeah, you don't know if he plays the games or not. He may play the game, get his own take on it, and have someone else record it. Again, I'm not defending. I'm just kind of being objective. Like, I've played Ghostwire Tokyo, but whose footage was that? That was my editor's. You know, I think a lot of people, when they get critical of people, whether it be me or James or whatever, don't understand how the inner workings are. No. Oh, God, that's a mortal sin, White Ink. No way. Even if I didn't have a strike, I couldn't do that. And it sucks. There's probably a big audience right now wondering what the fuck I'm doing. I can't even contact them. Isn't it fun?
Chex Quest video being captured by Kieran could mean that Kieran...
But Ghostwire Tokyo, my point being, let me get back to what I was saying, was all that footage was Jay. But did I play it? Yes. I did tweet about it multiple times.
Kieran played the game, or it could be just a matter of needing footage of a certain thing, and well, Kieran's already the editor, so why not get it himself? Not saying that that's what happened, but rather why it doesn't necessarily bother me to see footage from other people in these videos.
Nope.
I mean, for starters, it's not anything new. Mike would use some of his gameplay in nerd videos, and furthermore, if you have several writers working on this, then you'd want them all to have played the game to some extent and come with their own footage or reports from the experience. When Sarah and I write, we definitely bring our own research to the table, which means that some sources and graphics come from them and some come from me. And sometimes while one of us is editing, we have to ask the other for help finding something or capturing something or whatever. I've had...
The longer it takes for a response from YouTube, the more of a chance it's going to stick. Isn't that fun?
To download Crime Scene Kitchen promo.
Get a hot tub for Ricardo. Could you imagine?
And create a folder of Bingus fan art to help Sarah out with editing. I've had to ask Sarah to help me track down old Tumblr and social media posts when I've done editing. Acquiring materials for someone else isn't wrong, nor is editing for someone else either. I get a lot of the backlash comes from being frustrated that it isn't a James-only passion project anymore, but there's nothing inherently bad about having people to help with writing and editing and research and other things.
Not at all.
In fact, I'd say you'd be hard-pressed to find a popular YouTube channel that doesn't have a co-writer or doesn't outsource their editing. Having the stuff doesn't automatically make modern...
Firsthand, I can tell you that's true.
AVGN bad. The same way I'd like to think that bringing me on board to help with co-writing hasn't made Sarah's ed bad. So, with that in mind...
It's about fucking time factor.
Are they correct? Is modern AVGN bad? I think the first time I noticed that something was up with AVGN was the chronologically confused video on Kingdom Hearts. That video is weird. There had been a few chronologically confused AVGN videos before. It's just a special episode where James, barely in character as the nerd, comments on how confusing some series can be in their titles and content.
Good, I'm glad they're forced to. It's bullshit that everyone thought the iPhone 14 was finally gonna bring, but it didn't.
Order. It's fine and harmless enough.
Yeah, I like the chat on Twitch. It's vastly superior. Wish they would bring these features over to YouTube's chat. 100%.
The Kingdom Hearts one, man, that one was just strange. And I hope it's not just the KH fangirl nitpicker in me, because it wasn't like I took issue with anything specific that was being said, but it was just like, here was a video about Kingdom Hearts making the same jokes everyone has been making about Kingdom Hearts for the past decade. Oh, the titles are confusing. Oh, there's so many games and it's hard to tell what order to play them in. Oh, the story is so complicated. And it's like, yeah. Everyone has made this video already. The thing that turned it into the bizarre was James' admittance in the first minute of the video that he hadn't played any of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Go on the real RTU on Twitter. The reason why I don't take it the wrong way, I'm not explaining it again, because I think I've explained it every 5 minutes and people who are here are getting sick of it.
And then him talking about all of the Kingdom Hearts games, giving the most basic general Wikipedia-style descriptions of everything. It was the first time I was fully aware of the fact that James had co-writers, and the first time...
Now, I haven't played these games enough to know. Does anyone watch this, and what is your take on it?
I noticed things felt off. That's not to say James needs to play or personally experience everything referenced on the channel. When I write with Sarah, I'll occasionally write in parts about Twin Peaks or Dragon Ball Z, and Sarah just has to sit there and read it aloud as if they know what they're talking about. It just sort of happens. But I guess what made it stand out here was that this wasn't a throwaway reference.
Thank you, Nick Knack. Over a VG247 article. It's not that I was posting Pornhub.
Or a tiny part of a much bigger thesis, but James admitting in the script that he hadn't engaged with the primary subject of the video. And more than anything, it felt kind of lazy. Like, why did this video even exist if James hadn't played any of the games? The answer to that was obvious. The video came out January 2019, just a few days before Kingdom Hearts 3 released. It was a video thrown together in order to capitalize on the release of a highly anticipated game in the hopes of drawing in views. And I can't blame the hustle, but I can wish the hustle was a little better, especially since
the hustle was more genuine.
The first Kingdom Hearts could make an honestly really interesting AVGN episode, what with it being a 20-year-old action JRPG with a lot of silly moments and wonky mechanics. I mention all of this because I think it was after this point where I, as a fan, began to really change the way that I looked at and approached AVGN videos. I didn't hate them or anything. It wasn't like I suddenly had a violent disgust towards their existence. I still don't, really. If I had to compare modern AVGN to anything, it would be modern-day Simpsons. Modern-day Simpsons episodes aren't usually terrible. Chances are that you can throw one on and be decently entertained enough as mindless filler content.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that take. I agree with that take.
But I don't really go out of my way to watch Modern Simpsons either. I don't patiently await every episode, and I'm not sitting there Sunday nights tuning in every week, and even though Modern Simpsons episodes are easily available via streaming now, I'm probably more than likely just going to go back and rewatch the older stuff. Modern Simpsons isn't something I'd mind having on if I come across it, but it isn't anything immediately engaging, and it certainly doesn't live up to the standards of what was once groundbreaking and genre-defining material. The problem with describing why AVGN has gotten worse, though, is that it can feel hard to fully diagnose what the problem is now. With something like Nostalgia Critic, you had a very clear format change and shift into the prioritization of sketch comedy over film reviews, as well as a clear delineation point of pre-demo reel and post-demo reel that you...
What is Nostalgia Critic? I know he has a YouTube channel, but is he still active on it, or has he, like, just... easy done?
Could point out and say, yes, this is where it gets bad. But the nerd doesn't really have that beyond just looking at when Screenwave joined. And that's not even an easy enough guide because, unlike Nostalgia Critic, it's not as if the nerd format has changed all that significantly since the beginning either. Theoretically, he's using the same structure he's always had. So then it becomes a question of what the nerd should be and what a standard high-quality nerd episode is supposed to look like. Is AVGN about a guy who yells at games where the humor is derived by his yells and swears? Is it a review show that focuses on showcasing the flaws in shitty video games where the humor is derived on how bad the review subject is?
Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch. I mean, it's going to be part of my show is going to be permanent here. The stuff I do with Jay a couple times a week. So this is not in vain. So if you want to become a subscriber, there's definitely going to be plenty of content here. I've learned a lesson from what happened today. But yep, it is what it is.
Is it an essay series dedicated to showcase?
We are at 90 subs. Let's see if we could get to 100. That would be fucking awesome.
In gaming history and exploring potentially forgotten things of the past, both the good and bad.
Ah, yes. What the fuck was that system? Magnavox Odyssey.
Is it a series where each episode acts as a short film in which we see James Rolfe play a nerd character who gets involved in plots related to the game he's playing? Angry Video Game Nerd has been all of these things, often at the same time, alternating episode to episode. It's at the point where identifying what AVGN as a series is or its main appeal acts more like a Rorschach test than it does a straight-up summary.
Indeed does streams now on Twitch. Maybe this was a sign. Everyone
has their own preference for what a nerd episode should be. Personally speaking, I can say that I don't really like the skit-heavy episodes of AVGN and never have, but that I do enjoy the ones where he just goes more in depth over certain topics rather than just covering one bad game. This is
I don't know about the one chip challenge. I may have to back down on because I know some people have been hospitalized over it, and I don't really want that to happen. I will figure that out. The chip is still here. It ain't going anywhere. If I had 150 subs, what would I do? What would be something you'd want me to do? Yes, there's people that have been hospitalized. If we hit 150. No, I can't do porn, and I can't do a hot tub stream. Let's, yeah. Weirder sodas. We'll do a soda stream night with weird-ass sodas. Yes. 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 So the realistic goal is 100 subs tonight. I think we could reach that. But the stretch is 150. If we get to 150, I'll get weird ass sodas. We'll have a weird ass soda night with Jay and it'll be on here. Yeah, what am I going to do? Sit around and pout and be depressed? Tomorrow you may not see me. Like I said, it's my son's birthday, and that comes first.
Of course, go.
I had the grass-flavored one. I'll do it again.
I love it.
Just subscribe. Thank you for subscribing to RTUstreams. Smokey McPot, like your name. Jace, we hit tier 1. We're at 92. We are 8 fucking away. I'll get bacon soda.
I love it.
I'll get them. See if I'm going to enter. If I'm going to give you, got to give you guys a reason to subscribe, not just I can't be Phil. I can't just come on, guys. I need the goddamn support.
Going to make writing for a nerd episode incredibly hard because ultimately it's up to you to decide exactly what.
Yes, how dare my actual son be more important than my internet children? I'm such a bastard. I'm neglecting you guys.
You think the show is. And much like a Doctor Who fan becoming showrunner, it's almost inevitable that
Quinn, you're more familiar with Twitch. That's interesting. Okay.
the way in which you interpret the show is going to determine the finished product. And
They have cucumbers, dry soda. Dude, you know me on Twitch? DM me that on Twitch, because I swear to you, if we hit 150, I'll stay up for a while longer. Fuck it, maybe I'll play some games. I have to make another scene, though. Fuck, I don't know how to make scenes. I'm a boomer.
it's important to call the nerd a show because that's, first and foremost, what makes all of this so complicated. The Nerd is a series, one with a main character that needs to be written. If someone joins the project as a writer, it's not just up to them to give their opinion on the games they're covering, but to write what they think the nerd's opinion would be on the game they're covering. It also creates a very limited system that you have to work in. The AVGN is a surviving monument of an almost fully dead era. The angry critic getting mad at bad media thing was dominant online for a while because it was what people at the time thought was the most compelling and fascinating content. People wanted to see someone tear into bad video games
I
or movies
love
because
it.
seeing someone make fun of something.
You are watching a man. Toxic Carnage. Thank you for becoming a Prime member. Well, I clicked and now I'm watching. You are watching a man. Watching a handsome man. You know what I like too is I could change the titles on the fly without having to. I mean, I could do that on YouTube, but they don't change as quick. Here it's almost instantaneous. Like that too. Some things I still like about streaming on YouTube better. There are some things I definitely like streaming about Twitch better, I'm noticing.
Thing is fun, and it's also a good easy gateway into being funny. But around 2012 and 2013, there was a dramatic shift in how online gaming content was presented. I'd argue that it's split into two categories. The first are those most directly descended from the type of content James created. Let's consider them the personality-based video
Jay
reviewer.
Sutter,
Around this
gifted to
time,
Into the
this genre of
Lagoon.
online
Thank
video
you.
began to undergo a process that I can only really describe as normal bootsification, where people realized that they could still review games no matter if they were good or bad, while showing a range of emotions, so long as they managed to make the final result funny.
Yes, like I could rage at the fact that, all right, we got a 100-bit cheer. Hey, Rich, how's it going? What are we doing here on Twitch? I actually thought you were not streaming. Are you going to be streaming on Twitch now? I will still stream on YouTube, but the show that Jay and I are going to do at least a couple times a week is going to be here. I'm going to give an incentive, and that will permanently be here. Why? Because I need to diversify, and I think that would be this would be a good home for it. Sometimes shitty things happen for a reason. What is... Ooh. We got a soda here, don't we? Let's see. Oh, no. And it's a whole pack. All right. We got sweet corn, ranch dressing, pumpkin pie, peanut... I'll show it to you. If we hit 150 members, it's not out of the question. It is a stretch. I will buy this. And I will drink. Now, I don't know if I'll drink a good gulp of each of them. You know why I wouldn't drink them? Because that's a lot of fucking calories. But trust me, you'll see me suffer. It also won't be a sip either. So let's see. Hey, Rich, I'll subscribe. You finally watched 15-second clip of Chuck Berry fart. Okay, we could do that.
And adopt appealing personas. Angry was out, wacky was in. This is where you get a lot of modern video game reviewer personalities like Scott the Woz, or The Completionist, or Ant Dude, or current era Kadai.
I see that he has an Ouya. Scott the Woz has Pepto and an Ouya controller behind him. He shits and plays the Ouya. Let me tell you something. Pepto-Bismol If you ever haven't taken it yet, and you ever have like a stomach ache and you need to take it, it turns your shit ash black. So if you shit black and you had Pepto-Bismol, if you shit black without Pepto-Bismol, run to the hospital. But if you had Pepto-Bismol and you shit black, it's because of the Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol. Just letting you know. Pepto-Bismuth, whatever.
Icarus, who can do the whole look at this bad game I found thing, but for the most part have adopted a sense of humor built more upon an over-the-top yet casual and generally positive persona, rather than emphasizing just how angry the game made them and how much they hated. The other category of game critic that arose were game essayists. Channels like Super Bunny Hop and Matthew Matosis came onto the scene and...
Well, yes, but if you had... Yeah, well, if you're shitting black and didn't have Pepto, go to the hospital.
Proved that you could do long-form, informative critical game analysis without needing to rely solely on humor and a reviewer persona. And more importantly, that people...
Beats turn your shit kind of like purplish. Little red.
...would respond.
Looks like... But it doesn't look like blood. It looks like clay.
...be generally invested in that sort of thing.
This is disgusting. But I don't care.
This is content you still see today as part of the wider video essay trend of the channel.
Solid Crusader. 3-month subscriber. Thank you, man.
A part of. Hello. This gives creators the power to talk about a wider variety of subject matter, spotlighting games they like a lot or think are overlooked, or even just focusing on themes that they want to highlight or comment on. Some can even get the free...
Wasn't there like a burger from Burger King? They did some kind of Halloween thing that was turning people's shit weird color, and they were like panicking, running to the doctor, and it ended up being the food coloring. Yeah. Yeah.
Freedom to not talk about games at all if they...
That was crazy. The black button turned people's shit. We got a DeWitt subscribing with Prime. We are 4 away from the 100.
They wanted to. The era of marketing yourself solely by the one type of media you review is essentially over. The world is your oyster, you crazy-ass video essayist you. Generally speaking, online gaming content made today is going to fall into one of these two categories, with some managing to thread the needle between the two. And then you have Angry Video Gamer, which can't...
Butter soda. They have, I think, is there butter soda there? Let me look. Let me look. Is that butter soda or peanut butter soda? Peanut butter and jelly. That'll probably be, oh my God, buffalo wing sauce? Fuck me. The sweet corn, I bet you the sweet corn's probably okay. The peanut butter and jelly is probably okay. Maybe the pumpkin pie, but these, you know what ones are going to be nasty? Bacon. I heard the bacon's horrible. The buffalo wing is going to be horrendous. Fuck. It's $26 too.
Fit into either classification. It's right there in the name. He's the angry video game nerd. He reviews video games and he gets angry at them. Any attempt to deviate from that format would mean that you're no longer making an angry video game nerd video, which means you have to find ways to replicate that format to capture its essence, to maintain the same energy that drove the character 15 years ago.
Or you could find things that annoy you in good games and still like the games. He did that with Earthbound. Like Elden Ring. I can't stop playing it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely my game of the year. I don't know, unless God of War Ragnarok does something magical. I don't think that's going to change. But the targeting system is garbage. Still can love a game and have issues with it.
But how possible is that, really? Part of what made early AV...
Dude, Blake, and it gave me the shits, too. The mustard soda, it was worse than the bugs. Full stop.
BGN feels so fun was how much it was clear that James was drawing off his own...
I love it!
Oh, shit. Well, that's weird. Usually it shows the subs after someone subs. I was like, wait, we're at 97 subs? But yes, we are at 97, and that's thanks to Curry Botron. You motherfucker.
And memories, his own childhood, and his own experiences with these games. But eventually you reach a limit on that, right? There's only so many games one encounters in their childhood, only so many old games that are terrible, and only so many things worth being mad.
I can't read the full Hold on. This is the bro. Full thread right now because I am streaming, period. I will definitely read it and answer you without a problem, period. I was just wondering if next week you are free for a stream, period.
mad about. I think this is what people really mean when they get upset about James not being the sole writer or worrying about him not playing.
No, I don't play Saints Row. That game was as bad. Now we're at 90. Did I miss another person subscribing? Because we're at 98. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry, but thank you for the support. It's awesome.
Games anymore. It's because there's a certain thing missing from these new episodes. The sense that anything James is covering is something that he has any real interest or personal stakes in at all. It's easy to go through a list of releases and find a bad retro game and put it in and play it and notice how bad the graphics or controls are or whatever. But if you start approaching things solely from the perspective of needing to find something wrong with them and figuring out how to script freakouts, you're eventually going to...
Screenwave, why are you not having him do Turning Point Full of Liberty? I talk to you guys. You're missing out on gold. Okay, this is bro again. Awesome, period. I will read what you wrote above, and we could discuss it during the live stream next week, period. It should be a good stream, period.
To start hitting diminishing returns as the well dries up more and more.
Yeah,
I think there's
2 away from 100. You know what? Fuck it. We hit 100. I'll do the sodas. How about that?
a reason why the two most commonly praised recent AVGN episodes are Earthbound and
because 100 subs in one fucking stream is amazing. That's amazing for larger streamers on here.
Majora's Mask. Rather than dig through garbage to find some 30-year-old game that nobody remembers that has the same issues that every other game from that era does, these videos were instead attempts to look at two games considered classics and chronicle James' feelings and experiences with them. And I wonder what the channel would look like if more videos like that were allowed to exist.
Why does that footage look so bizarre?
Because right now it's a lot of relatively obscure titles where James plays it for a little bit, describes some metaphor for a turd, and then screams, and then it's over. I've been focusing mainly on the writing issues with modern AVGN, but honestly there are issues with the production of it.
Flashback Turtle gifting those subs. We are now 1 away.
Going back to different ideas regarding what a nerd...
Why do you think I'm like, you know what? Let's not even... If we go past the 100, am I going to complain? Fuck no.
I love it.
Speaking of which, we are now, I think, over... Let it catch up. I'm farting. Oh. We got Starshine gifting a sub. Thank you.
I love it.
To D Smooth, we're at 103 subs. We may hit the 100. The soda's gonna happen.
Third episode should look like one of the biggest.
The soda's happening.
Points of contention amongst those in Cinema's for Truth is how current AVGN
I love it.
For one thing, the setup is.
Nick Knack, thank you for gifting a sub. This is great, man. Thank you guys.
It's gotten a lot simpler. Most episodes nowadays usually use only 1 or 2 shot setups, with the one used a majority of the time a single unchanging angle of him sitting on his couch. Once again, my own bias is going to betray me here, as the other videos
D Smush, thank you for becoming a subscriber. I keep on wanting to say member.
I work on are literally just a single shot of a person sitting on a couch holding a mug and talking to you about random shit for a few hours. I'm not one to suddenly demand complicated cinematography.
Who came through? We got Lightning Hawk. Thank you very much for becoming a subscriber.
And my online content, because ultimately I feel like what the content is trying to say is often most important. But in this case, it is interesting to compare old AVGN cinematography to now. Even simpler episodes used to have a lot more variance in their shots, a lot more visual gags.
As a matter of fact, let's order them now. I like showing that on stream. Well, let me show you after they're ordered so I don't dox myself for the 650th time. Imagine I got banned on Twitch for doxing myself. Be amazing. Let me go to my cart. I may need to get another Elgato capture card, but right now that's on the back burner until my YouTube channel is fixed. But the soda... All right, I can't. It's ordered.
I love it.
Can I show my orders without showing my address? Is my address anywhere here? Yeah. No, it's not here. Boom. There it is. Lester's Fixings. Oh, that's the same brand I got the other shit from, so it's guaranteed to be disgusting. We got Jay Hollow becoming a sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. First time chatting, too. So it's ordered. I got this because I was thinking of doing a 4K 60 playthrough with no commentary on my main channel for the original Dead Space. I'm just going to record it in my own time at night after work. That's put on hold now, too. Fun times. I do have to use the little boy's room. My apologies. Where is the... I will be right back. Here's Phil.
Tags, a lot more inserts, and just generally more. James will release a video.
Breaking news, it was just a powerful fart.
Video and
my editor was like, because he was working on this remotely. Again, shout out to him because I'm super rusty with doing this stuff. So he's like, look, I'm going to make you something funny. And he made, like, when you go to the bathroom, here's Phil.
August 2021 to...
I didn't have a turd, just a fart. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to pee again since I'm here. Quinn, this is how I get the ladies, Quinn, by talking about my bowel movements.
To address complaints over the more simple shooting style, saying that a part of it was that the simplified lighting and camera work helped him to film episodes more efficiently and get more done. This video is actually pretty infamous amongst Cinemassacre Truth users, mainly because James starts out by saying he's making it to respond to comments of the asshole-ish variety, and also because James showed off his setup where he created a custom rig to zip tie his lights and mic to the ceiling in order to minimize the amount of tripods taking up floor space, which, sure, I guess. The floor space of the AVGN set is actually really interesting because I think this, more than the camera angles, has been the main thing that's been hurting the show. The Nerd has had a variety of sets so far, and by sets I mean wherever James has set up a media room in his house. That's pretty common for YouTubers. It's rare to have a dedicated set space completely independent of your living quarters. The most recognizable Nerd set, though, has to be the basement that he used for a while, but apparently a few years ago, James moved houses and...
Yeah, that basement was iconic.
Instead of setting up another media room to serve as the Nerd's filming space, he instead built a set in his garage meant to resemble the previous basement. And as far as replicating the look of it, he did a really good job. But the scale is different. Like, vastly different. It's way smaller. Really, really small. Like, no wonder he has such difficulty moving around his tripods and shit. There looks like barely enough room to do anything but walk. Why not make that set bigger, or keep it on another property, or just use a regular room, or rent out a set space? Maybe this is a nitpick, but it does affect the greater whole of the episode. With the space being so cramped, the videos feel cramped and congested. Add in the simple and repetitive nature of the camera work meant to do only the bare minimum, And it all ends up with these videos feeling kind of disposable. If the writing isn't doing a good job making the videos feel important, and the cinematography is set up more based on
No, I never played Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I heard about him moving before.
routine than anything else, then what makes this worth watching? That's not to say that there haven't been more ambitious episodes or anything like that. There have been ones with guests or green screens or skits and other sort of things, but these ones aren't really all that great either. Like, there was a period of time where basically every Nerd video had some sort of guest star, my theory being for publicity reasons. The most infamous one being the Life of Black Tiger review having Gilbert Gottfried in it playing Fred Fox, which a lot of people just found distracting and annoying. Like, not only has Black Tiger as a game been covered to death, but you also had a screaming Gilbert Gottfried there for seemingly no reason but to scream and to be added to the thumbnail. There was the Immortal review, which was notable for being done all in one take, which is legitimately impressive from a filmmaking standpoint, but also meant that the format overshadowed the actual review itself. I didn't internalize anything about the game, nor am I quite sure why it needed to be shot in one take. Then there was stuff like the Shrek video, which was mostly just a skit about the nerd being kidnapped by a Shrek cult that recites decades-old Shrek memes, which was I don't want to use cringe, but it kind of felt a little like that.
11:14. If I could change the scene, I would play a video game now, but I think I am gonna call it quits. And I will be back tomorrow. Probably. Maybe. I mean, my son is in school until 4, so I'll probably stream during midday. And we'll do like a part 2 thing. And then what I'll do is I'll set up where I'll have another scene for where the capture card is, and we'll play some games too. All I could do is stream. If I didn't have such a long fucking day, I'd stream more tonight. So don't worry. I'll be making up for it. And even after ReviewTechUSA comes back online, whether it be tomorrow, there's still plenty going to be happening here. So 105 subscribers, absolutely fucking amazing. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, but definitely Saturday with more content. Again, it's my son's birthday tomorrow, so have a good one, guys.